When opportunity knocks at the door, there's two options that you can pick. You can either let it slide by, say no solicitation, or you can open the door and take your steps forward to try and take the lead. And that's what's happening today for the Elmira Pioneers. They enter into this contest boasting a 6-4 record in the West Division, and they're now taking on an opponent where, depending on the ending result, could decide, do the Pioneers stay at the 4 spot or do they move up to number 3? Anthony Labate here at Falcon Park alongside Evan Baird to take us through the action. And last time that the Pioneers were here, Evan, it was a 9-1 victory over the Auburn Doubledays. Landon Birch, he got the victory. What made them so successful through that performance?
Yeah, I mean, simply put, just a couple days ago we were here and we saw it. I said right after the game was over, I thought it was the most complete game we had seen the Pioneers play up to this point in the season. You know, it seems like a lot of times when they're playing, the error column is definitely a lot higher than you want it to be. Or, you know, if starter gives you a great outing, the relief pitchers can't quite come in and do what they need to do. It felt like that was finally a game where they were able to put everything together, and the scoreboard definitely reflected that.
And speaking of this game, as I mentioned before, we look at the standings, and Batavia, they moved up to first place yesterday after beating the Doubledays in Batavia. They're 9-2 on the year. Jamestown, they dropped a game yesterday to Olean. They fall to 11-3, and they're in the second hole. Auburn is 7-3. They're in third. Elmira is 6-4. If the Pioneers win this game today, they jump over the Doubledays in the standings. Olean is 7-5 on the season due to winning percentage, and of course the Pioneers having the tiebreaker. Pioneers sit at 4. Niagara Falls, they are 5-7 on the year. Niagara's 3-8. Geneva's 1-9, and Newark got their first victory over Geneva just yesterday evening. We get back into here as they throw the ball down, and we get ready to start things going. And who else to start it for the Pioneers than Tyler Adamo? He returns into the lineup. He was not playing in that last game against Auburn, so an opportunity for him to try and move things forward. And on the mound for the Doubledays is going to be Will Saylor. This is his second game start of the season. His last time was in their loss 11-10 to the Niagara Falls Americans. There's a lot of wind here today, so we apologize for any movement of the camera. The outfield flag is blowing in right now hard. As the first pitch comes in, that one's fouled back by Tyler Adamo.
And I like the aggressiveness early on here, you know. He got a pitch that he thought he could take advantage of there. First pitch of the game, a lot of times pitcher just try and pepper something over the plate. Adamo tried to get on top of that one, just missed it by a little bit.
As Saylor gets ready, he kicks and deals. That one is a high pitch, and that will be a ball 1. So just too high there as Tyler Adamo steps in for the Pioneers, and on the season, he's been a star-studded member of this squad. He's batting .286 on the year as that one's hit into the outfield, and it's going to be caught there in center field by Teddy Monahan for the first out. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Elmira Pioneers. It's Tyler Adamo leading things off. Brett Baker follows. Jack Tubman, he's the left fielder. Alex Davis is the cleanup spot. Ryan Gabbianelli, followed by Jack Aylward, Brandon Dubeck, Michael Gardner, Caleb Delaney, and then Manny Esley to round things all off. And up to bat is Brett Baker, and the first pitch goes high there. He's playing center field here today, just as he does almost every day, as one out in the game so far on a fly out by Tyler Adamo. The second pitch, that one is up high as well. It's a 2-0 count now. As Brett Baker looks to get something rolling early, and that was what made the Pioneers so successful in their first contest, was being able to score runs early. They were able to score just in the first inning. They scored a total of 3 runs, so that one is there. Saylor tries to get things moving.
Something to note, Saylor thrown 6 pitches, 4 for balls. All of them have missed high.
The next pitch, that one's on the ground, and it's going to be attacked there over by the second baseman in Hutchins, and he throws it over to Justin Batts at first for the out.
Interesting there to see Baker swinging on the 3-0 pitch. Normally when you see a guy swinging 3-0, they're either swinging for the downs or they make solid contact. That one he just kind of rolled over, so an interesting swing decision.
As Jack Tubman steps up, we look through the field. It's Zach Sperger at third base, Chase Massey at shortstop, Titus Hutchins at second. Justin Batts is the first baseman. Pitch comes there, it's fouled away. In the outfield, it's Colin Haug in left, Teddy Monahan in center, Ethan Smith in right, and doing the catching for Sailor is Jonathan Griggs. The first pitch there for a strike off the foul ball. Tubman gets ready for pitch number 2. That one, it does not hit the spot. They say it's in a little bit too much. It's going to be a ball, so it's a 1-1 count coming for Jack Tubman.
Great front door spinner there, just unable to catch the zone there for Sailor.
As Sailor gets ready to go. He kicks, he deals. That one is on the ground. It's going to be grabbed there over by Massey, who throws it over to Batts in time for the 3rd out. So it's a 1-2-3 go the Pioneers as we take a break. The bottom half of the inning comes up, and it's going to be the pitcher for the Pioneers in Lucas Hale. Back here at Falcon Park, it's Lucas Hale on the mound as he has not pitched in a hot minute. He pitched in that second game again, in the first game, against Niagara Falls, but since then has not seen any action. And he'll go up against Chase Massey to start things off. The shortstop looking to get things moving. Currently on the season, batting just .091. The first pitch is in there, and it's going to be low for ball number 1.
And that first pitch of the game from Hale came off his hand at 89 miles an hour.
So it's going to be interesting to see how Hale develops with his fastballs and his off speed throughout this one, as that one goes for another ball. It's a 2-0 count. I mentioned it last time we were here. The Auburn Doubledays press box graciously gives us the radar gun on the Jumbotron, so we get to use that one to our benefit. As that one's outside, it's ball number 3.
Already the 3 fastest pitches of the game coming from Hale. However, it doesn't matter if you can't locate. Finds himself down 3-0 already.
Massey has 3 walks on the season. Will he take his 4th? Not on that pitch, though. It's right down the middle for strike number 1.
And that's a solid pitch there from Hale. Just kind of get you back in the right mindset, gets you ready to throw some strikes.
Hale gets ready as Dubak sets up to the catch. As that one swung on a miss, and now what was the batter's count in 3-0 shifts over to a complete full count as Hale looks to try and get the first punch out of the day. As Hale gets ready to go, the infielders play back a little bit. That one is swung on there by Massey. It heads on over to Davis at third. He throws it. It gets it to first, over to Aylward for the first out. And with that, we take a look at who's around the field for the Elmira Pioneers.
Yeah, going around the infield here, it's going to be Alex Davis at third base, Michael Gardner at short, Tyler Adamo at second, Jack Aylward at first, going left to right, Jack Tubman, Brett Baker, and Caleb Delaney, with Brandon Dubak doing the catching for Lucas Hale.
As we get things back, we apologize for the technical difficulties right now with the camera. Once again, that wind has been very strong here, so it's been knocking things around. So 1 out already as Nacho Gonzalez steps up to the plate here. He's been a strong player against the Elmira Pioneers. He currently leads the Doubledays in average, and he's going to try and get things moving here. First pitch there goes for a ball, just as you saw the last batter, as that one is also outside. It's 2-0 once again.
Yeah, Hale definitely going to be doing a good job to get outs. However, the efficiency is going to be the big question mark on today. Through 2 batters, already thrown 5 balls.
The next one there, swung on and missed there, so no worry about what the umpire calls. It's a cut and miss, 2-1 count.
Took a little off that one. That one had a nice bit of movement on the back end, running arm side for Hale. Great pitch to use for that strike.
Hale kicks and deals. That one is swung on and missed again. Now 2 straight strikes, just as he saw in the last at-bat.
So does that mean this one gets put in play?
Potentially. For Hale, though, it might just be want to get one down and in for strike number 3. The throw. That one, trying to get the corner, does not get so. Say it's a little bit too far outside. Dubek's framing, not able to fool the umpire behind home plate. As now the count is once again full. Getting ready. The delivery, that one is low. It's ball number 4. And so Nacho Gonzalez will head on base quickly here for the Doubledays, and the man up to bat now, Teddy Monahan, who, although has been a strong force throughout the season for the Doubledays against the Elmira Pioneers, he's been having some troubles. In the last game that they had against them, he was not able to get on base, and he's only been able to get 1 hit in all of his at-bats against the Pioneers. Trying to change that here today. Inside pitch, ball number 1.
And through 3 hitters so far, we have yet to see Hale throw throw the first pitch in for strike number 1. Definitely something to know. Always putting yourself at a disadvantage when the first pitch is ball 1.
Hale looks back towards first. He kicks and deals. That one is going to be in there for a strike. And have to see how Jack Aylward is going to play if there's a chance of a pickoff over at first base. As Hale gets in his position, he throws over. Aylward grabs it, puts down the tag. Not in time, though. Gonzalez is able to get back to the bag. It still remains a 1-1 count going against Monahan. Hale looking to potentially get a breaking ball in there as that one's fouled away.
Yeah, that one came in at 79 miles an hour. Whenever you can have a 10-mile-an-hour difference between your fastball and your off-speed at this level, it shows that you definitely have a good arsenal. You have several pitches that you can lean on, and that you're going to be able to fool a lot of hitters.
Lucas Hale finished up his first season at the University of Kentucky before heading into summer ball, as he's played 2 games so far. So that one is up. It's not good. The throw from Dubek over towards second base, and not able to grab that one is Adamo. It's going to be a stolen base coming in there for Nacho Gonzalez.
That felt like a clear lack of communication all the way around from the Pioneers. It felt like Dubek was a little late on the throw, and also looking at that middle infield, neither Adamo nor Gardner were covering the bag. Just an all-around sloppy play from the Pioneers.
So all of a sudden, it's a man in scoring position for the Doubledays, as it's a 2-2 count right now. Dubek gets down. He gets the delivery there from Hale. Monahan's going to hit that high and foul behind him. It's still 2-2 with a man on second base and Nacho Gonzalez. Big stolen base there from Gonzalez in the last contest that he played against the Pioneers. He was able to steal one after getting a double in the first inning. Now, Hale looks back and throws. That one's high. So once again, Hale is looking at a full count.
Yeah, going to have to clean it up, try and find the strike zone more for Hale if he wants to work himself deeper into this game. Nothing wrong with what he's doing so far if he's recording outs, however, not doing it in the most efficient manner.
You have to wonder how much of a factor the break in between pitching performances is there, as that one's fouled away. 88 miles per hour there from Lucas Hale. Does not get the strike pitch, but it's going to still remain a 3-2. As on deck is Justin Batts, the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Opportunity to bring a run home for the Doubledays, who look to do so. They've only scored 1 run through their past 2 games against the Elmira Pioneers and the Batavia Muck Dogs. As the throw comes in, that one is inward and high. It's going to be ball number 4. Monahan walks as well.
Yeah, rough start to the outing so far for Lucas Hale. Definitely just seems to be a lack of command for the strike zone up to this point. And now with the cleanup hitter up, it seems like you're going to have to go to the pitches that you can trust to hit the corners. However, you can't throw anything that you think is going to be over the middle of the plate, and you certainly can't walk another batter.
Justin Batts, a .421 hitter on the season with a slug of .526. The first pitch comes in there for a ball, as it's going to be a 1-0 count once again coming for the batter. As Batts gets set here, an open stance there to try and attack the pitcher, Hale. The high pitch, that one is well past Dubek. It's going to move the runners. A wild pitch there from Lucas Hale. Now puts man on third and a man on second. It looked as though he was not able to get the ball to come off his fingers late enough. So now 2-0 count coming for Batts, and he's got a first runner just 90 feet away.
And it seems like if he throws another ball here, if I'm Brandon Dubek, I'm going out and I'm going to chat a little bit. Just give my pitcher a quick reset, quick breather, try and remind him why he's out there. He's out there to throw strikes and trust the defense.
As the throw comes from Hale. That one is hit off the end of the bat. Is it fair? It is. It goes right down the right field line. It's going to be one run scores from Gonzalez, and Monahan's going to get all the way home. 2 runs on the single from Justin Batts, and the Auburn Doubledays have taken the lead against Lucas Hale and the Elmira Pioneers.
And that's why you have to have a good command for the strike zone. He found himself down 2-0 in the count, couldn't risk going to a 3-0 count with runners on second and third. So he misses a little over the middle there, and simply put, Batts punished him for it.
As now up to bat comes Colin Howe, the left fielder, following that big 2-run single. The throw from Hale, that one will find the zone. His first batter that he's faced where he's gotten a first pitch strike called.
Yeah, and that's going to have to be a trend that he wants to continue if he wants to find himself out of this inning with just minimal damage.
Colin Howe in the zone as that one is low. It looks as though it could have gotten past Dubek. He does a good job spinning around and grabbing it. No movement there from Batts. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Still only 1 out here in the top half of the inning. The Auburn Doubledays have scored 2 following a big 2-run single from Justin Batts as Hale throws that one down low. 2-1 count coming up here.
And for Hale, that's a great pitch to throw in a 1-1 count. If you're able to get a swing, it's probably going to be a lazy ground ball at the second base. You get that double play, you're out of the inning.
As the throw, that one is going to be once again missing the zone. It's going to be a 3-1 count coming in here for Colin Haug to try and take things through against a pitcher who has not pitched in 11 days. Lucas Hale's throw, that one high, ball 4. The third walk of the inning here for Colin Haug, and now Dubek is going to walk up towards Hale and give a discussion. As well will be the assistant coach and Eric Burkhan to get an infield meeting.
Yeah, and I mean, right here you just have to talk to Hale. You have to remind him that you can throw strikes. He's thrown a couple so far in this game. However, the overwhelmingly large amount of pitches so far have missed the zone. And when you're playing against a team like the Auburn Doubledays, they can take advantage of you whenever you're not finding the strike zone. We've seen it. Already 2 runs scored, and it's just the first inning. Only 1 base hit for them as well. A lot of the damage is self-inflicted from Hale from walking batters.
And it's not an easy team to go against, as the Doubledays have such a great batting average on the season. But also, the guy that he's facing next, Jonathan Griggs, who has 7 RBIs on the season. So he looks to add to that number with Batts currently across the diamond as the meeting steps off. And we look at this one. Only 1 out recorded so far from Lucas Hale. The throw there. It's going to go down into the turf. Dubek's going to grab it, though. Ball 1.
And it seems like there's not a great command for any of the pitches that Hale has right now. He went to the fastball first pitch, couldn't get strikes. Now he's trying the off-speed, still not able to get that first pitch for a strike.
The next throw, that one hits off of Griggs. So the pitchers meeting does not go in favor of Hale in the first batter as he throws a pitch too far inside. It's going to be bases loaded now for Ethan Smith, who is playing the right field today.
And while it is just the first inning, no activity in the Pioneers bullpen, so this is going to be Hale's inning to finish. And for him, he's going to need to throw a lot more strikes if he wants to get out of it with just the 2 runs.
Ethan Smith, this is going to be his first game here for the Doubledays as he gets ready to go. The first pitch from Hale. That one swung on a miss for strike number 1. And you have to wonder if the coaches for the Doubledays are telling their players to hold off and not already swing if there's an opportunity to get a first pitch ball. But either way, it benefits Hale as that one is swung foul. It's now an 0-2 count. Opportunity for Lucas Hale to get the second out of the inning on strikes if possible, as Aylward plays in towards the infield grass.
Hale with a pair of fastballs already in this count. We've seen Smith behind on both of them. I bet you he'll triple up on it.
The third pitch, that one low. Ball 1. 1-2 count coming in here for Ethan Smith, who has men on base. It's Justin Batts on third, Colin Haug, who was walked on second, and Jonathan Griggs, who was hit by the pitch on first base. It's 2-0 lead, Doubledays over Pioneers. As the pitch comes in, that one is hit off the end of the bat. Michael Gardner will scoop down for that one. He flips it over to Adamo. Adamo tries to throw it over, but not in time. So it'll get the fielder's choice out, but it will be 1 run scoring there as Batts gets home. So now Ethan Smith's on first, but Griggs is out at second base. 3-0 Auburn lead.
And that was a great at-bat for Smith. He found himself down 0-2 very early on in the at-bat. Does a good job to take another pitch. And then he does hit a ground ball there, which normally is the last thing you want to do. However, when you're hustling up the line and the ball takes a bit of a strange in-between hop into Gardner's glove, if you're running up that line, you're going to be safe. And that's exactly what he does.
Titus Hutchins will step up to the plate to go against Hale, as the first pitch there is down low for a ball. And on the season for Lucas Hale, he's looking at an ERA entering into the day of 9. Started 2 games, was credited with the loss. Maybe not necessarily as that one going back to Aylward, bounces off the turf and gets past him, but he grabs it and keeps it going. So hasn't been the start that Hale was looking for. 3 earned runs against him. He still looks for the elusive third out of this inning. Currently on third base is Colin Haug as the pitch comes in there for a strike.
And Hale takes something off of it there. That's 79 miles an hour in there on the off speed, starting at the hip of Hutchins, winds up over the plate. Going to be interesting to see if he trusts his off-speed more as this game progresses, because right now his fastball certainly seems to have a very small amount of command.
Ethan Smith is dancing over towards first base as if he's alluding to run over there as he goes back over, the ball down low. That's a ball there.
Yeah,
so it's 2-1 now.
And with Smith trying to do all of that dancing, the key for him is to try and get that pickoff throw towards first base, getting a run down, do anything you can to let that runner on third score.
As Hale looks back, the right-hander delivers. That one's down low. The throwback from Duback over to Aylward. Not in time, though. So it'll be a 3-1 count coming in against Titus Hutchins as the crowd begins to get their stomps in. So much is shaken here in the press box. Hale getting ready to deliver. 3-1 count. That one is swung on there by Hutchins. It heads towards left field. Looking to get underneath that one and grabbing it is Jack Tubman for the third out. So the Pioneers allow 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. They have to start a comeback. It's 3-0 Auburn lead here on the Pioneer stream. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Maid, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States. Back here at Falcon Park, it's the top half of the second inning, and Alex Davis now steps up to be the batter as the Auburn Doubledays scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the first. The first pitch from Saylor, that one's hit by Davis, but it'll head towards foul territory and roll over there.
And if you're the Pioneers, the biggest thing you need to do in this inning is just try and get 1 across. You don't have to try and get 2 across. You don't even have to try and get all 3 across to tie this game up. All you have to do is just try and get something across the plate. Remind yourselves in the dugout that you can score runs, and just give your pitcher, Lucas Hale, something to look forward to. Give him a reason to go back out there and try and get the outs as quick as possible.
Alex Davis batting .333 here on the season, as that one is high for ball number 1. So for Saylor, he looks to continue to work as that one just floats right in there. 69 miles per hour for the strike. And Saylor in that game against Niagara Falls, he threw 4 2/3 innings. And he walked 7 batters. So far today, does not have one there. He got the Pioneers out to start things off 1-2-3 fashion. So that one was fouled away, and it's going to be still a 1-2 count. Fans in the stands ran over to get it. 1-2. Delivery, that one hits Davis. So Davis will get on, the first base runner for the Elmira Pioneers. It's a hit by pitch, and Ryan Gabbianelli will be up to bat coming up.
And there from Saylor, he threw back-to-back off-speed pitches there. 2 of the best pitches he's thrown so far today. A beautiful curveball that falls into the zone for a called strike, and then a great slider to follow it up that gets fouled off. So there he goes to the fastball to try and catch Davis being behind on it. Unfortunately for Saylor, he winds up hitting him.
In the game on Tuesday against Auburn, Gabbianelli was able to get an RBI single in his first at-bat. He tries to imitate that here today. That one's inside for ball number 1.
And on that pitch, Saylor tried to replicate that curveball he threw just 3 pitches ago, however, winds up missing low with that one.
Saylor gets the look over and fires. That one's outside towards the left-handed batter's box. It's going to be a 2-0 count.
And that likely might be the last fastball that Gabbianelli will see in this at-bat. With a runner on first base, obviously Saylor looking to induce the ground ball. The best pitch to do that is the off-speed.
As the throw comes from Saylor, and that one will go for a strike. Just clips the bottom corner there and gets the first strike of the at-bat.
Another fantastic spinner there on the front hip of Gabbianelli that winds up in the strike zone.
As Ryan Gabbianelli looks to keep things moving here. The throw back over towards first base to try and pick off Alex Davis. Not in time. Bats throws it back over to his pitcher. The clouds so far today have just been consistently moving. It's been a mixture of the blue skies as well as the dark gray clouds as the pitch there. A nice one breaking down. Almost hit the top of the zone with a curve. Does not hit it though.
And on a 3-1 pitch here, maybe he does go to the fastball up in the zone, try and get a swing and miss here to set him up for a 3-2 off-speed pitch to try and get that ground ball.
So looks over towards first base. He gets back to his set. It's a 3-1 count. That one goes in there for a strike. It's a full count coming for Ryan Gabbianelli. And so Gabbianelli now has to watch out for the swing as Coach Drum over on the third baseline gives the sign over to his players. You expect potential running over from Alex Davis as the throw. That one right down Main Street. That's going to be strike number 3. Gabbianelli knew it.
Yeah, that's a great pitch right there. Kept setting him up, getting him waiting for that fastball, but he just wound up never getting it. Like I said, I thought that first pitch fastball might be the only one he would see in the at-bat, and it was. He just kept going back to the off-speed on the mound and does a great job to freeze Gabbianelli for the first out of the inning.
First strikeout from Saylor. He had 3 in that game against Niagara Falls. Now a third of the way to matching that mark. The throw back over to first base, not in time. Alex Davis gets back there safely. Jack Aylward steps up to the plate here, and if the wind can blow in his favor, we saw warning track power from him early in the season. Opportunity to potentially knock one out of Falcon Park as the pitch comes in, and that one is there for a strike, first pitch strike against Aylward.
And another off-speed there. Wouldn't be surprised to see for the rest of the inning if Saylor limits himself to 1 or 2 fastballs per at-bat, just trying to get that ground ball, trying to get out of the inning.
As they get ready to move here, Saylor's throw, that one in there again. He's getting these pitches to just fall ever so slightly into the zone. It's now an 0-2 count going against Jack Aylward. Saylor looks over. Now setting up on the outside part of the plate is Grace. The throw back over, not in time though. So Griggs is setting over towards the other batter's box here behind the plate. They have to see if that becomes a factor for this throw. Maybe try and get Jack Aylward to chase. The delivery, that one, outside, ball 1.
And a good pitch there, tried to paint the outside corner, just missed it by a little bit. However, wouldn't be surprised to see him throw something that winds up bouncing or comes very close to bouncing on this one.
As Aylward gets ready to move here. The throw, that one, swung on hard by Aylward. It's going to drop into right field. That's going to be at least a single, if not more. Moving over towards third base is Alex Davis. The throw is not going to come. It's a single for Jack Aylward, and that's the first hit for the Pioneers on the day. Men on the corners now as Alex Davis moves over to third base.
Yeah, Aylward saw a lot of off-speed pitches from Saylor, so what does he do? He sets up, gets ready for one. The idea being you're ready for a fastball, but if you get an off-speed pitch, you're ready to see it, you're ready to shoot it into the opposite field. That's exactly what Aylward did in that at-bat. Fantastic piece of hitting.
Jack Aylward's second hit of the season comes on a single and leads up to Brandon Duback as the wind begins to blow inward and back out. It's almost swirling here today. As Saylor looks back, Duback getting ready to go. The catcher watches that first pitch outside for ball number 1. One out here in the top of the second.
And going back to that wind, if you're an infielder and you get a pop-up, 2 words for you, good luck.
Saylor, delivery, outside, 2-0 now coming against Duback. And on deck as well is Michael Gardner, the shortstop, as Duback gets ready. Normally Duback plays in that 3-hole. Today he's moved down the lineup. They put him in towards the 6-hole as that one is there outside.
And that may not be a fault to Brandon Duback, but rather they want him to be batting with runners on base, hitting in the 3 spot. Obviously less potential to see runners on than if you're hitting 6th.
I correct myself. I apparently don't know how to count. He's in the 7-hole as that one's there for a strike. So we cross over to 7 o'clock here. It's funny how often when scorekeeping, sometimes the basics go a little bit past you, but Duback watches that pitch outside. The bases are now juiced for Michael Gardner. First walk of the day delivered by Saylor, as now Jack Aylward moves to second base. Duback sits on first, and Michael Gardner goes to the plate as it's going to be a mound visit there from Griggs and Saylor.
Yeah, and for Gardner, normally finds himself in the leadoff position, at least he was to start the season. Found himself leading off just a couple days ago as well. So you're expecting a good at-bat out of him here. And if I'm Gardner, I'm sitting on that first pitch off speed. We've seen it a lot so far. Duback was the only batter of the inning so far. They got a first pitch fastball. So if I'm Michael Gardner, I'm sitting on that off speed, and I'm getting ready to try and serve something into the opposite field, try and get it to drop down, score 1 or 2.
Michael Gardner and Tyler Damo have been flipping back and forth between that leadoff spot, and now we'll see if Gardner can work in the 8-hole here. He's been working towards the bottom of this count. It's given an opportunity to get a quick man on. Gardner's got a lot of speed to him. Saylor kicks and deals. That one is there for a strike.
And a great pitch there from Saylor to just get strike number 1. And this at-bat is very critical to get that first strike, as now you're in the driver's seat of this at-bat, and with the bases loaded, it's so crucial to get ahead of hitters.
Saylor, he's got that 0-1 count. There's one out. A ground ball could end this inning with no damage. That one's outside. It's 1-1 now.
And with that pitch, the idea is you throw it on the outer part of the zone, get a ground ball out of Gardner, whether he rolls it over. And if he winds up hitting it into right field, you just have to tip your cap, know you threw a good pitch, but he made contact with it.
As Saylor gets set, he throws. That one's hit hard and foul by Gardner. It rolls up the netting and hits off the top of the roof. It's now a 1-2 count coming from Michael Gardner. A golden opportunity for the Pioneers to put one on the board to cut this deficit of 3 here in the top half of the second. As the 1-2 count comes ready for Gardner. The throw comes in. That one's hit hard. It heads towards center field. It's going to drop in there. It's going to be one score of Davis. Aylward's going to try and run. It's a bobble with the ball. All of a sudden now, Coach Drum is telling him to run. And all of a sudden, Gardner's going to move from third. He's running on his way home. Griggs going to tag him. He does not grab the ball. Michael Gardner goes all the way from home plate to home plate on the swing. 4-run score and an inside the park home run. We'll see what they end up scoring it. My guess is that they're going to give an error over to the Doubledays, so it will not be ruled in that sense. But 4-run score for the Pioneers. They take the lead just like that.
Unbelievable right there. Michael Gardner, a great swing, stays ready for the off-speed pitch, shoots it into center field. That will likely be a base hit with an error. And very aggressive send there by Coach Drum. They say that fortune favors the bold man, and boy, does it right there.
As up to bat now comes Caleb Delaney, who gets ready to move here. The throw, that one hits off at Delaney's elbow pad, and he's going to go on base. So right there now, Manny Esley's going to come up. A man goes on. It's 4-3 lead Pioneers following what happened there with Michael Gardner, which should be a single followed by an error that would give him 4 RBIs, though, on the day. As Manny Esley gets ready to bat here. He was moving as well through that leadoff spot, depending on how the days move, as that one's hit hard by Esley. It heads over towards the third baseman, who throws it over to second and will say he's going to rule the out. It's going to be a transition bobble. So right there, the throw from Spurger over to Hutchins gets the second out of the inning. But it's a man now on first as they trade the out on the fielder's choice.
And right there, that's that ground ball that Saylor's been looking for all inning. He does wind up getting it, however, when the damage when the damage has already been done. But right there, that's been the idea of this entire inning. Try and throw an off-speed that somebody's going to roll over, get a ground ball.
As getting ready here is Tyler Adamo. He flips over the lineup card. That one is swung hard. It heads over towards Bats, who makes a gorgeous play over there at first base and gets the third out. But the big factor of this top half of the inning, Michael Gardner with the swing, gets all the way around the base path, a 4-run mover, as the Pioneers now take the lead 4-3 over the Auburn Doubledays. back here at Falcon Park following what was an eventful top half of the fourth. Michael Gardner credited with the single and error on that one. It's 4-3 now. Lucas Hale has the lead as he's going against Zach Sperger of the Doubledays. That one's hit high into the air towards foul territory. Jack Aylward moves back, but it's going to drop past him. And grabbing that one there will be Tyler Adamo. It's going to be a single coming in for Zach Sperger.
Yeah, I mentioned it last inning. If you get a pop-up like that, good luck trying to get to it on the infield. And right there, if you're Jack Aylward, that is your worst nightmare. A lot of times if you're playing corner infield, the last thing you want is a pop-up that forces you to go straight back, especially one where you're going to wind up being the closest fielder to it. Just nothing you can do about that, and a strong start to the inning for Sperger.
So as Hale comes in with the lead, the leading run, tying run, is now currently sitting on first base with Zach Sperger. As up to bat comes Bert Maxim, who takes the first pitch for a ball here. Pioneers big 4 runs in the top half of the inning following what was a 3-run bottom half of the first. Lucas Hale currently on the mound for the Pioneers. As the pitch comes in there, it gets in the zone for a strike.
And right now, Hale has fantastic feel for that pitch that has that arm side run. Starts out over the middle of the plate, winds up in on the corner. A fantastic pitch to throw against righties, and he has a great command for it right now.
1-1 count coming here for Maxim, who looks to try and get some action on the board for the Auburn Doubledays here in the second inning, as that one is low for a ball. 2-1 now.
And those pitches that Hale are missing on, it looks like he's just trying to throw a fastball on the outer part of the zone. However, he just keeps on spiking it. That's when you just have the ball stuck in your hand for a split second too long, and that's the difference between a called strike and a pitch that bounces.
Hale gets ready. He throws. That one is outside. Dubek takes his steps forward in case he needs to throw. 3-1 count now.
And if you're Hale, you have to do anything you can to get this pitch over the strike zone, but make sure it's a competitive pitch. You don't want to walk the batter. However, you most certainly don't want to give up an extra base hit.
4-3 Pio's lead. It's now a 3-1 count. That one is swung high and foul there. Now it's a full count coming up here for Maxim.
And right there, that was just a great pitch. Just goes to his fastball, goes to trust it after spiking a couple in the at-bat, knowing that if you can get 87, 88, 89 miles an hour across the plate, it's going to be difficult to catch up with.
As it's now a full count. Maxim with this one. That one's hit high into the air towards left foul territory. Going back to that one is Alex Davis. He makes the grab, and moving back over to first will be Zach Sperger. That's the first out of the inning. Now comes the top of the order. It's Chase Massey to get things moving here. And you mentioned how the wind can carry it. It seemed there that the wind cooperated for Davis a little bit, so that he was able to make the catch.
However, you still saw he caught that ball with his arm going away from his body. He wasn't fully underneath it. So difficult to try and get a good read on pop-ups when the wind is blowing like this.
Chase Massey started the day off with a grounder over towards Michael Gardner. The first pitch is high there for ball number 1. 1 out here in the bottom half of the second. There's a man on first following a single that just got over the head of the first baseman. That's Zach Sperger currently occupying first. Hale looks over towards Sperger and Aylward. Aylward gets the ball but could not apply the tag in time. Sperger was already back there by the time the ball hit the glove of Aylward. So Chase Massey gets ready here. Hale delivers. That one's high again. The crowd of Auburn is getting alive here. And 2-0 count coming in here for Massey. The throw from Hale, another high pitch. Massey has to duck out of the way.
And shades of last inning here for Lucas Hale. Seems like he's struggling to find the zone with a lot of his pitches. And again, it goes right back to this. You got to throw a competitive pitch here. You got to get one over the plate.
3-0 count. That one high again, ball 4. 4-pitch walk coming for Chase Massey. So now it's a man on second and a man on first. As now coming up is going to be Nacho Gonzalez, who walked his first time and was able to steal a couple bags to make his way across home plate. He was the first run scored for the Doubledays in that 3-run first inning, as Hale now 1 out, 2 on. Pio's lead 4-3. Delivery from Hale. That one's high for ball 1.
And Hale going to have to figure out what he wants to throw on that first pitch of these at-bats real soon because he is just falling behind all of these hitters so far for the Doubledays. Zach
Berger currently sits on second base. He's dancing around there. That one is outside. It's a 2-0 count coming here for Gonzalez. And Berger's getting pretty far down that baseline without any contention.
And this feels like the biggest pitch of the inning so far for Hale. If you can get a strike, you find yourself back in this at-bat. However, a ball, and you're just one pitch away from walking the bases loaded.
2-0 count. Looks back towards there. Michael Gardner would move over in case of it. That pitch, they say, is a little too outside. It's going to be ball 3. So Nacho Gonzalez, he walked earlier. Opportunity, if he watches one pitch go by, to get another walk. The throw, that one's high again. It's ball 4. As there is a man who is warming up in the bullpen for the Pioneers. So right-hander, as now the bases are completely juiced coming up here for the new batter. And the new batter, that's Teddy Monahan. This is not the guy that you would like to see with bases loaded. He has a home run on the season, looking to potentially get a grand slam. Tying run 90 feet away. Leading run currently at second base in Chase Massey. The throw, that one is just outside. It looks like it was good there, but home plate umpire disagrees.
Looks like that pitch was just a little bit too high there from Hale. And if you're Hale, you just have to stop trying to nibble on the corners. You simply have to go at these hitters with your best stuff. Do anything you can to get the strikes.
1-0 count. Hale's delivery. That one in their first strike. So his first strike in 6 pitches comes in there. 1-1 count coming here for Teddy Monahan, who his time up, he also walked and made it on the way home. Hale kicks and deals. That one's outside. 2-1 count now.
And I'm a little curious as to why Hale didn't go back to the fastball there. Threw a great one on the outer part of the plate there to steal strike number 1. And then he tries to take something off of it there. Just can't quite seem to have a great command of the zone so far with his off speed.
Hale looks towards third base. Now he delivers. That one's hit high into the air by Monahan. It heads towards right field. Trying to go back for that one. It's way too far, and it's over the wall. A grand slam, and Teddy Monahan's second home run of the season. His second collegiate home run comes in. An absolute moonshot there by Teddy Monahan goes over the wall. And as Michael Gardner scored 4 in the top, Monahan scores 4 in the bottom.
Yeah, a great swing there from Teddy Monahan. Puts a really strong swing into this one towards the opposite field. Might have been a little wind assisted to get over that huge wall out in right field. But either way, whenever you hit a home run to the opposite field, you feel fantastic about that swing because it takes a lot of pop, a lot of strength to hit one out opposite field.
7-4, Auburn leads over the Elmira Pioneers following a Teddy Monahan grand slam. That one clips corner for strike number 1 against Justin Batts.
And finally, a pitch that's thrown for a strike from Hale that's on the off speed. Going to be huge if he can locate with that.
A bases clearing home run as that one swung on for strike number 2. Once again, 7-4, Auburn lead as Teddy Monahan hits his second home run of the season. Does that one get the corner? It does not. It's a 1-2 count.
And something to note so far, 11 runs already scored in this game, just 4 base hits.
That one is down low. It's 2-2 now, excuse me. Coming in for Justin Batts. He had a single that scored 2 runs earlier in the contest. That one is hit foul. 2-2 coming here for Justin Batts.
Good swing there to protect the plate from Batts. That one looked like it might have been a little bit inside, but with only 1 out in the inning, nobody on base, you can try and get another spark going, try and get some more offense, and a great job there by Batts to just foul it off.
2-2, the throw, that one swung on and missed for strike number 3. Big punch out there comes for Lucas Hale, his first strikeout of the day.
And he gets it with his off speed. He goes 77 miles an hour, low in the zone, bounces that pitch a little bit. A great job to get the swing and miss.
So the second out here of the inning, as it's still 7-4 lead. Big 4-run bottom half of the inning for the Auburn Doubledays. That one's just missing the zone for ball number 1. Lucas Hale entering in today, had not pitched for 11 days. And right now, the Doubledays have gotten on top of him with some walks and a big moonshot by Teddy Monahan, as that one is swung on a miss. There, it's now a 1-2 count coming for Colin Haug. And Hale, if he can get out of this one, will be a good confidence booster for him, as that one is low. It gets too far down. It's a 2-2 count.
And an interesting choice to go back to the off-speed on that pitch. Started out Haug with 2 off-speed pitches and then blew a fastball right by him. I'm curious as to why he didn't just go right back to it.
Colin Haug, he walked earlier today, as getting ready here. Delivered from Hale, that one's outside. Full count coming in here against Colin Haug, as the Pioneers currently trails 7-4 against the Auburn Doubledays. Hale delivers, that one is foul tipped, and they say into the mid. Disagreement by Haug, but that will be the 3rd out. It's the 2nd strikeout for Lucas Hale. As we take a quick break, Auburn scores 4 on a grand slam. They look to keep that lead, but the Pioneers have an opportunity to cut it. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Back here, top of the 3rd inning after the Auburn Doubledays put 4 on the board to take the lead back, as Saylor remains on the mound and he's going against Brett Baker to try and get things moving. Here at Falcon Park, Anthony Labonte alongside Evan Bayer taking you through the action here today as that first pitch goes for a strike. Brett Baker, his last time up, he grounded one over towards the second baseman. He went into his pull side, and that one goes there for a strike. It's now an 0-2 count.
And both pitches from Saylor both kind of looked like cutters on the outer part of the plate. Both of them did a great job to get the corner and steal strikes.
Top half of the 3rd. That one is going to go for a ball. A 1-2 count now coming in. 2 strikes looking against Brett Baker as he tries to cut this deficit down. Pioneers back into a 3-run deficit as that one is outside. That's going to be ball number 2.
And all 4 pitches that Baker has seen so far in this at-bat have all been on the outer half of the plate. Wondering if that might be setting him up for an inside fastball, just try and catch him behind on it.
Saylor, delivery, that one outside. Full count now after what was a pitcher's count turns now completely full. 0-2 to 3-2 now. Getting ready here. Saylor kicks, deals. That one, a lot of motion on that pitch, but it's going to be Ball 4. Baker has to get told, and he walks down there for the walk.
Yeah, and as my high school coach used to say, nothing good ever comes from a leadoff walk. And when you have the batter in an 0-2 count as well, struggling to find the zone on 4 consecutive pitches, not what you want to do if you're Sailor. And if you're Sailor right here in this at-bat, you have to try and get ahead of him and make sure you stay ahead of him.
Up now, Jack Tubman, who was another one who grounded out to start things off in the first inning. He hit his towards the third baseman. The throw from Sailor. That one's hit off the end of the bat. It heads towards right field. Looking to get underneath that one, and doing so will be Ethan Smith for the first out. The wind is blowing towards right field right now, and that probably sent it over there a little bit more and allowed Smith to get the catch. As that's the first out, and it's going to be coming up for them is Alex Davis. He was hit by the pitch, and he was the first run scored for the Pioneers as he gets ready to make things happen. Brett Baker currently occupies first base as the throw comes here. That one outside does not clip the corner. It's going to be ball number 1.
And something I'm noticing from Sailor in this inning is he's trying to work everybody on the outer part of the plate. Obviously right now working more outside to try and induce the ground ball, but just something to notice.
Opposite of the last time he went against Davis, he was throwing some inside pitches that ran a little bit too close. That one was swung and missed for strike number 1. As so far, Sailor has only just one earned run against him, as a throw back over there will be not in time. Getting back there is Brett Baker. Bat's not able to apply the tag. But so, through 2 1/3 so far. Sailor hasn't done too bad. He's only allowed 2 hits, but the big one there by Michael Gardner was the one that brought the runs home. The 2-1 count coming now for Alex Davis. Baker takes his steps. He does not run there. It's now a 3-1 count coming for Alex Davis.
And after throwing the first 3 pitches of the at-bat on the outer part of the plate, Sailor tries to work inside there, try and get a very early swing for a ground ball, just a very good take.
Delivery. That one, 4. That's a walk. So 2 straight walks get 2 men on following the plays here. So there's just 1 out. Man on first, man on second. As it's going to be a meeting at the mound here coming from the Doubledays, as up to bat next would be Ryan Gabbianelli. We'll see how these things end up moving, but so far for the Pioneers, a good way to start back after giving up the lead in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last inning they loaded the bases in a similar situation. Obviously right now it's still limited to just first and second, but this mound visit is to go out there, tell your pitcher to throw strikes, try and get that ground ball. Just make sure whatever you do, you don't walk another hitter. The last thing you want to do is get another bases loaded situation, because we saw what happened last time.
Right-hander warming in the pen right now for the Doubledays. However, it's not going to be a call down over there. It's just going to be a visit on the mound as the home plate umpire breaks it all up, and Ryan Gabbianelli will get ready to get things moving. His last time up, he struck out. He watched strike 3 go by on a full count as Gabbianelli gets to the plate. He has that little kick up of the foot that he has there on the front foot as Sailor tries to get the last 2 outs of this inning. As the kick and deal, that one swung and missed. He's over top of that one is Gabbianelli.
And that's a big first pitch strike, because now that sets you up to try and go to your off speed, go to that pitch on the outer part of the plate, knowing Gabbianelli's going to be knowing that he's not in the driver's seat of this at-bat.
As Sailor steps off, and will be timeout here for both pitcher and batter. 0-1 count, as right back there on second base is Brett Baker, who, with an opportunity, he can make things happen on the base path. The throw, that one swung and missed again by Gabbianelli. This time he was a little underneath it, maybe clipped a little bit of the ball, but it'll go foul either way if it did. 0-2 count now coming against Ryan Gabbianelli. Sailor on the mound, getting ready to move things here. As you expect any ball in play, Coach Strum to have both the men on, and Alex Davis and and Brett Baker to get all the way home, as that one is swung and missed. That's strike number 3. 3 strikes there, sets down Ryan Gabbianelli, and now Jack Aylward will come up with 2 outs in the inning.
And that was just 3 phenomenal pitches there. 2 great off-speed pitches once Saylor got ahead, but he's going to have to be careful here with Aylward. Last time we saw it, he got ahead in the count early on Aylward, tried to get him away with an off-speed pitch, but he did a great job to adjust on it and shoot it into right field.
Aylward, one of the 2 hits here so far in the day for the Pioneers. As Saylor looks back, the throw comes in. That one is not there for a strike. It's a ball. Interesting move here from the second baseman and Titus Hutchins. The second the pitch is thrown, he's dashing over towards his position in case of a chance of a pickoff attempt towards second base. As the throw comes there, it's outside. It's ball 2 against Jack Aylward.
Yeah, and he's just holding on there. He's doing everything he can to prevent Brett Baker from getting a bigger lead than you want him to get. Obviously now with 2 outs, a base hit should score him. However, if it winds up going straight to an outfielder, you don't want him to be able to break for the plate.
The throw comes in there. That one is going to be low. It's a 3-0 count as the outfielders currently shifted towards right so far. At least you see strongly there with Teddy Monahan. He's playing away from the batter's eye. It's now a 3-0 count.
And it's interesting to see it with a right-handed hitter, but you have to imagine that they're compensating for the wind right now. That wind is still gusting out towards right field.
That one swung and fouled back by Aylward. He got the green light on the 3-0, and he takes the swing. It's now a 3-1.
Yeah, and we've seen that the Pioneers are not afraid to swing the bat in a 3-0 count. We saw it back in the first inning. Brett Baker found himself in a 3-0 count, wound up swinging and hitting a ground ball. Another 3-0 cut from Aylward. So knowing the Pioneers are aggressive is definitely something to note.
2 outs, 3-1 count. The throw, that one is going to be there for a strike. Aylward thought it was ball 4, and now he's going to have to grab the bat back there. He thought it was too high. The umpire did not agree with him, so now the count is completely full.
Yeah, 50-50 pitch there and a 3-1 count. And normally you just try to get out of the box as fast as you can, try and make the umpire force you to come back.
Full count here. Man on second, man on first, 2 outs. Doubledays lead by 2. That one swing high into the air. It heads towards left field. Trying to track down that one is going to be the shortstop. Calls off there by the left fielder, Colin Howe, who makes the grab and gets the out. So down go the Pioneers. They're not able to score there in the top half of the third. They look to play back as the Auburn Doubledays currently lead 7-4 here at Falcon Park. Bottom of the third coming up now for the 2 sides as the Elmira Pioneers have to wait for 3 more outs before they have an opportunity to get some runs on the board. Auburn leads 7-4 as Lucas Hale stays on the mound, and he's going to go up against Jonathan Griggs. Griggs was hit by the pitch last time he was up, and now Hale looks to try and get back following a 4-run bottom half of the second that was highlighted by that grand slam by Teddy Monahan.
And it's a little thing, but Lucas Hale needs to throw this first pitch of the inning for a strike just to get ahead of the first batter.
Delivery from Hale. That one is swung, and it's going to be a strike. A high upstairs fastball gets him, and it's going to be an 0-1 count.
And that's huge for Lucas Hale. That's the first time he's gotten the first pitch for a strike onto the first batter of an inning.
That one is hit high into the air towards center field. Brett Baker's trying to track that one down, but it drops right in front of him. The hop goes there. It's going to be grabbed there by the right fielder in Delaney, and it's going to be a single coming in for Jonathan Griggs.
Great job to back that up by Caleb Delaney. That one got over the head of Brett Baker. Obviously, the playing field here being made out of artificial turf, not quite like the grass field that the Pioneers are used to seeing at Dunn Field. So a good job by Delaney to be there to back it up. And for Baker, you have to take note of that for the next time you have a ball hit your way.
Ethan Smith now gets up to the plate. He got on a fielder's choice. That was a throw over towards second base and got Griggs out. It did score a run, though, in that situation, as now it's an 0-1 count coming here as the Pioneers look to try and get their first out here in the bottom half of the third. Hale's delivery. That one is going to be outside for a ball. That ball just went a little bit past Brendan Duback, but it was not enough to cause any movement over at first base from Griggs.
And not a great dirt ball read there from Griggs. Normally when you see the ball on that downward trajectory, you try to get a bit of a step.
Secondary lead there from Griggs over at first, but that one's going to be a ball. 2-1.
And a strong secondary lead there. Interesting to see it coming off of the poor dirt ball read. Have to imagine he's just trying to do anything he can to put himself in a better position.
The throw there from Hale. The Duback looks as though he's going to throw back, but it's a 3-1 count now. So it's 3-1 coming up now for Ethan Smith, who earlier in the game was hit one on the ground towards third base that went towards the second baseman for a fielder's choice. He has an opportunity to get on safely there as he does. That one hits into the turf before reaching the plate. It's going to be a man on first, man on second. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third inning.
And right now you have to be wondering how much longer is the leash on Lucas Hale out there on the mound. He's given up 7 runs so far in just 2 innings of work, already with runners on first and second and nobody out in the bottom of the third.
As now up to bat comes Titus Hutchins. He flew out to the left field earlier in this contest. The check swing there, they say he goes. That's strike number 1.
And Hutchins most definitely wants that swing back. Just caught trying to be a little aggressive on the first pitch there, but couldn't commit to the swing. Obviously seeing the pitch not in the strike zone, just couldn't hold up in time.
Jack Tubman there in left field. He's playing a little bit further back than he normally would, as that one goes there for a strike. 0-2 count now for Titus Hutchins as Hale tries to get the first out of the inning for the Pioneers. So far, it's been big plays. The Doubledays have scored in every inning so far. 3 in the first, 4 in the second. As that one is a swinger there. It goes softly as the throw over, not in time. One of the shortest infield singles you'll see on the season as Titus Hutchins gets there, and now it's bases loaded.
Yeah, swinging bunt there from Titus Hutchins, and when Brandon Duback goes to field the ball, he kind of double clutches a little bit when he goes to throw it on the first base. That slight hesitation is the reason why Hutchins is able to reach. And now Hale with another difficult situation he's going to have to work himself out of.
Just like with many sports, hesitation causes you to get out of the zone. It doesn't matter if it's here in baseball, if it's throwing a discus in track and field, or if it's even catching a football in football, then it's going to be a problem. As Zach Spurger steps up here, the Ithaca College player gets ready to go as he swung on the first pitch. He was up, and that one went for a single as that one's outside for ball.
And for Hale, you have to try and find the strike zone on this pitch. You have to try and do it on the first pitch, but it was unable to do so. But you simply cannot fall behind 2-0 with the bases loaded.
A throw, that one goes low. It's now 2-0. Here as Lucas Hale continues. It's been the continued factor here of this contest where the walks have been a trouble for him. Trying to get out of this one. No outs. That one gets there for a strike. It's 2-1 now coming against Spurger.
And a good job to get strike 1 there from Hale. However, you're still a long ways away from getting out of this inning. What you have to do right here is try and throw another pitch on the border. Just try and get a ground ball. Try and get some outs.
Hale delivers. That one's outside. It's 3-1 now. Bases are currently loaded. It's a 7-4 lead by the Doubledays. So Another pitch outside here would go for the walk and would lead to another run. 3-1. Dubek sets on the outside part of the plate. Hales, delivery. That one is swung there by Spurger. It gets past the glove of Alex Davis, and the coaches are going to wave on home. 1 run scores, 2 runs scores. It is now 9-4. Doubledays lead on the double there by Zach Spurger here in the 3rd inning. So the Doubledays now score 2, as coming out now is going to be Coach Strom, and it's going to be a new arm coming up for the Pioneers.
And for Zach Spurger, that at-bat is a dream scenario. You find yourself in a 3-1 count. The pitcher has to throw you a strike or he risks walking in a run. And what that means is that he has to throw a pitch that winds up more over the plate than he wants to throw. And right there, Spurger does all that he can to capitalize on it, knocks in 2 with the RBI double.
We'll step aside. When we come back, it's a new arm on the mound for the Elmira Pioneers here from Falcon Park. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahunas, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom's South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Season tickets are now available and still available for the Elmira Pioneers this season. We'd love to see you at Dunn Field, starting at just $99. Call 607-734-2690 to try and get your season tickets here today. As coming up to pitch now is going to be a new arm for the Elmira Pioneers. It's Lucas Rylander taking things forward, as coming up now is going to be Bert Maxim as Hale exits after that one. 2 innings pitched, did not get an out here in the 3rd. 6 hits alongside 6 walks, but he did get 2 Ks as that first pitch goes for a strike.
And that outing from Hale just kind of goes to show that you can have the velocity, but that doesn't mean everything. We saw him consistently sitting in that upper 80 zone on his fastball. However, it doesn't mean much when you can't locate.
So the right-hander in relief throws that one. It's swung on and missed. It's going to be strike number 2.
And a strong start to the outing here for Rylander to get ahead of this batter 0-2. What you got to do here is just try and do anything you can to get an out without allowing a run to score, whether that's a ground ball, a strikeout, a lazy pop-up. That's all you're focused on. 2
inherited runners going against Rylander. As that one goes inside, it's going to be a ball. First ball of the at-bat. It's 1-2 count. Lucas Rylander enters into this contest on the day. This is going to be his second appearance on the season, where he ended up throwing 1 2/3 his last time up. As that one swung and missed for strike number 3, and Rylander gets the first punch out of his outing.
Yeah, strong start there for Rylander, getting a strikeout on just 4 pitches. Also showed Maxim a little bit of everything there. Started him off with some fastballs early in the at-bat, goes to his off-speed to get the put away. A strong start to the outing for Rylander.
As coming up now for the Auburn Doubledays will be Chase Massey, who gets ready to go. As Rylander kicks and deals. The infield's playing in. That one's hit hard and high towards left field. It's going back there. Trying to track that one is Tubman. It's winning track power, and it bounces off the wall. It's going to be 1 run scored. A second run is coming home on the sign from the coach. It's a double coming in for Chase Massey, and that will extend the lead to 11-4, Doubledays. As that will conclude the stat line here for Lucas Hale. 11 earned runs on the contest. Big swing there by Chase Massey as he gets 2 on the board.
And that Teddy Monahan grand slam last inning might have been a little assisted by the wind. Right there, that wind kind of blowing in a little bit from left field might have took one away. That one looked like it had the chance to get out.
A strong hit there from Chase Massey. He got a hold of that bat as look back, the throw there. That one's hit hard there. It's Nacho Gonzalez. He's got a hit on the day. Holding up on third base there is going to be Massey. A single comes in for Nacho Gonzalez, and he's gone up to the plate 3 times. He's reached 3 times, 2 walks and a single.
And a small underrated note from this one is how great of a job Brett Baker did to get that ball in, and how he was able to hit the cutoff in Jack Aylward. Getting that ball in quick means that the runner on third has to get the stop sign from the coach, but being able to hit the cutoff is what allows the runner from not advancing to second base.
So following a game yesterday where the Doubledays had such a difficulty going against their opponent in the Batavia Muck Dogs today, they've been able to score 11. They were not able to score at all against Batavia as that one's hit hard. It goes over to second base, and throw over to first will be for the double play. So Teddy Monahan hits into a double play, but that does not mean that runs don't score. It's 11-4 lead here in Falcon Park as the Pioneers now come up and they look to do some damage to get back into this one. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom's South Corning Collision. Back here, top of the 4th, coming up here between the Auburn Doubledays and the Elmira Pioneers. And for the Pioneers, this has not been the performance they would have liked to see coming back here to Auburn. It's 11-4 Auburn lead. They score 11 following a shutout yesterday when they faced off against Batavia. As that pitch goes outside, it's going to be for ball number 1.
And it feels like the universe is kind of averaging everything out. You mentioned a couple days ago this Doubledays team averages around 7 runs a game. However, going with just 1 run in their last 2 games that they've played, it felt like they were due for a large scoring appearance.
Some would say the law of averages do not apply, as that one is swung and missed there by Dubek. But it seems today as though the Doubledays are trying to work their way back into this one, and their total runs number they've been dealing so far, it's 11-4 as that one inside on Dubak goes there. It's 2-1 count.
And right now, if you're the Pioneers, you just have to do anything you can to just get runners on base. Just try and create traffic. Do what you can against these pitchers.
As that's going to be one hit on the ground. It heads over towards third base. The throw there by Spurger is in time to bats, and that's the first out of the top half of the 4th. The 5-3 as Michael Gardner now steps up. He had a single earlier, that added an error and allowed him to round the base path in the same hit. He scored 4 runs for the Pioneers as they look to try and get another bit of running on the base path and get a run on the board.
Yeah, at the time it was the biggest swing of the game. Now you could argue it's not even in the top 3.
As here comes Saylor. He delivers here. That one is swung and miss for strike number 1. I'd make the argument that's probably either the second or third biggest swing of the day. Of course, you have to give the credit to Teddy Monahan, who had the grand slam. But Gardner did have a big hit there. That one is swung and missed again, strike number 2.
Yeah, Gardner just doesn't quite look ready for this at-bat right now. He looks like he's a little thrown off by whatever he's seen here from Saylor. Just got to do what you can now with 2 strikes to stay alive.
Delivery coming here from Saylor. It's in there. That one is going to be strike 3. Gardner watches strike 3 go past him. That is the 3rd strikeout of the day for Saylor as he matches his season total. And that last outing against Niagara Falls, as coming up is going to be Caleb Delaney.
And for Delaney, you just have to do what you can to get on base. The first 2 batters of the inning went down quick. Just try and create some traffic here.
That one swung hard by Delaney. It hits off the glove of Saylor. Trying to go and grab that one is going to be there by Titus Hutchins. This is going to be a safe throw over there. Delaney gets a single on the infield, and so now Manny Esley will step up to the plate, and that last one was on the first pitch, and you talk about someone who is always attacking first pitch. Manny Esley is one to look at.
Yeah, going to be tough to imagine a world where he doesn't go after this first pitch unless, of course, it winds up bouncing or sailing to the backstop.
As Manny Esley steps to the bag, it's going to be Delaney on first base. As that one goes down low, it's going to be ball number 1 coming in here.
And that one wound up bouncing. Esley does a great job to react, takes it for ball 1.
So Saylor getting ready here. You know, it's only 7:49, but the clouds make it look so much dimmer here in Auburn as that one runs very close to Esley. He jumps to the legs back. It's going to be a 2-0 count.
Yeah, it looks like there's no rain in the forecast. However, plenty of wind still to come for the rest of the night. Looks like that'll be a factor for the rest of this game.
As getting ready here, there was an absolute rainstorm that came earlier in Elmira. The throwback over there, it's not going to be in time. Bats was not in position.
We also saw a tornado in Ithaca today. Just a lot of upstate New York weather, and that's just about exactly what you'd expect from upstate New York.
I mean, upstate New York weather you can talk about. It seems like it's just weather around the entire country so far. It's bunch shown there by Esley, the throwback over. Seems as though Saylor was just a little bit more thrown off by Esley going down the bunt, and he threw it over because he wasn't even that far off the bag was Caleb Delaney. The bunt shown, not going, and that's going to be a walk. A 4-pitch walk comes in for Manny Esley. Now it's a man on first, man on second.
And that's just the game within the game there from Manny Esley. Obviously showing the bunt there in the 3-0 count, down by 7 runs. You have zero intention of putting that pitch down. However, he's still a speedy guy, and there's a speedy guy on first in Caleb Delaney. So you're just trying to do what you can to make the pitcher a little flustered and throw ball 4. That's exactly what happened.
Tyler Adamo now up to the plate. He hit a fly ball his first time up, as that one's hit hard into the air. It's a fly ball over towards center field again, but Hutchins runs back there as the catch comes in, and it's going to be another out. The throw comes over to get the tag up, and that will end the top half of the 4th. Pioneers not able to score there. It's going to still be 11-4. Auburn leads here as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Lucas Rylander remains on the mound for the Pioneers. Is coming up to bat for the Doubledays will be Justin Batts. And Pioneers still looking to put up the first goose egg of the Doubledays in this one as the discussion comes between the home plate umpire as they wait on the first base umpire to jump over the fence by the bullpen and come back in. Batts, of course, up to bat now. He, so far in this contest, he's struck out but also gotten a single. Rylander delivers. That one is outside as Rylander was the one who came in relief of Lucas Hale, who went just through 2 innings, was not able to get a third out in the 3rd inning, but that one is inside. It's 2-0 count. He ended up giving Rylander 2 men on with 9 on the board. A double caused those 2 to come home, so 11 runs scored from going against Hale, as that one is in there for a strike. First strike of the at-bat.
Good job there to get a strike from Rylander. And what you have to do here is just throw whatever you trust to get weak contact, just try and get quick outs, try and just get deep into this game from the bullpen, save some arms.
That one is outside. 3-1 now for Batts, as the Auburn Doubledays looking to try and add some more insurance runs on the board. 7-run cushion is always helping, because that one's off the bottom of the bat. It gets over to Davis. Davis throws over to Aylward, who tries to stretch but can't grab that one. And that has kind of been the story of the day so far for the Elmira Pioneers. That will be considered an error there against the Pioneers, but all of a sudden, no matter what you want to score it, Batts is on first.
Yeah, rough E5 there for Davis. That's a weak ground ball hit. He does a good job to charge it, but he just kind of lollipops it over to first base rather than putting a good, clean throw on it. And obviously we see it, the ball bounces, and unfortunately for Davis, Aylward couldn't dig it out.
Colin Haug now up. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout, but he did walk in his first plate appearance. That one goes for a strike.
Strong first pitch there from Rylander, doing what he can to get ahead of hitters with runners on base, doing whatever he can to limit the damage.
Rylander delivers, and that one is swung foul behind the batter. So now it's an 0-2 count coming in here for Haug.
And while it might be an 0-2 count, normally we would maybe see a different pitch in the sequence, but right here, Rylander's just going to go at him with whatever he wants to, throw him to just try and get either a swing and miss or a weak contact.
Rylander kicks and deals. That one is high. Ball numero uno.
Big Spanish guy?
Just for this one here. 1-2 count coming now for Colin Haug as Rylander looks to try and get a punch out. The pitch. That one is a little too far inside. Seemed to be the right height, but not enough there. It's going to be a 2-2 count.
One could say that was numero dos.
No outs so far in this bottom half of the 4th inning, as that one is high. Full count coming in now. 3-2 here, the count. Trace balls, those strikes. As Rylander looks down, getting ready for the throw. The throw comes in. That one swung on a miss for the strikeout. Big strikeout there from Rylander. Gets the first punch out in the first out of the inning.
Certainly not a pretty at-bat there on the mound for Rylander, but he does a good job to not take himself out of it mentally. So often you see a pitcher get ahead 0-2, and then the count runs to a 3-2 count, and they just wind up missing by a lot. That's a good job to just stay focused, throw a strike, get the swing and miss.
Jonathan Griggs now steps up. He had a single his last time up, as that one is high for ball 1. As things begin to slow down here at Falcon Park. The crowd, they already got their excitement in and was able to get those 11 runs on the board, as they're now just sitting patiently in their seats to see how this one goes. As that one swung on a miss for a strike. It's a 1-1 count.
Griggs looks a little disappointed in himself for swinging at that one. We saw the immediate reaction come after the swing, but if you're Rylander, you'll take it. You even the count up at ones.
As Rylander kicks and deals, that one outside and high. It's going to be 2-1. So Griggs continues to work here as the Pioneers currently trail by 7. trying to get things moving. Some dark clouds overhead here in Auburn as that one goes for a strike. It hits the bottom left corner of the zone.
Strong pitch there from Rylander. Does a great job to locate that pitch, able to steal it for strike number 2. Just one strike away from being one out away from getting out of the inning.
The throw, that one's high and foul as Delaney tries to make the catch, and he does so in the right territory. It looked as though there was an opportunity of it just falling backwards, but the wind probably carried that one a little bit more, and it gets into Delaney's glove. That's going to be the second out.
Yeah, very interesting to see that one stay in play here. Obviously, the wind blowing a ton towards right field, so very shocking to see that one not drift its way into the bullpen.
So it'll be an out there of Jonathan Griggs, his first time getting out, as now coming up is Ethan Smith. He walked his last time up. As the throw comes in from Rylander, he hits that right back at him. Going down on that one is going to be Adamo, who steps on second base and gets the third out. So Pioneers do hold the Auburn Doubledays to 0 on the board for the bottom half of the fourth. However, it's still 11-4 lead Auburn as we head to the top of the fifth. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top of the fifth now, coming up for the Pioneers is on the mound here. Still remains Saylor, who's looking to move through this one as he threw 4 1/3 against Niagara Falls, looking to match that number, if not break it, against the Pioneers. As coming up is Brett Baker to try and take things forward as the first pitch goes in there for a strike. Pioneers so far in this contest have only scored 4 runs in 1 inning. That was the top half of the second. And they want to get something moving here as that pitch is outside. It's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, and if you're Baker, all you got to do here is just look for a pitch to hit. You're going to be getting a lot of good pitches to hit here, as Saylor's just going to be trying to avoid walking hitters and doing self-inflicted damage.
The throw comes in there. It's going to be outside. Ball 2 for Brett Baker. Brett Baker in this contest, his last time he was at the plate, he ended up walking. That was in the 3rd inning. Delivery. Swung and missed there by Baker as he watched that pitch go into the glove. 2-2 count.
And that's a fantastic pitch there from Saylor. That one starts looking like it's going to be over the middle of the plate, and then it just falls right off the table, and there's nothing Baker can do but swing right over the top of it.
Saylor. Delivery. 2-2. That one swung and missed there by Baker. Another punch out. That's the 4th strikeout of the day from Saylor. His season high, as he ties the season high as well in innings pitched. So now coming up to bat is going to be Jack Tubman to try and get things moving forward here with 1 out on the board in the top half of the 5th. For the Pioneers, they just want to get at least 1, so that could potentially start a rally as that one is inside. It's going to be ball number 1.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just get runners on base. Take the pitcher out of the windup and put him into the stretch. Force him to have to change his rhythm up a little bit.
Delivery from Saylor. That one is outside for a ball. 4 runs scored here for the Pioneers. Coming off the bat of Michael Gardner. 11 runs scored by Auburn. It's been a multitude of players that have been able to hit and score, including a grand slam by Teddy Monahan. It's a 3-0 count now coming for the batter and Jack Tubman, who looks to try and get on for his first time here today. Delivery comes. That one is inside, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk coming in for the batter and Jack Tubman, and now it's coming up to the bat is going to be Alex Davis.
And interesting from that at-bat there from Saylor to just try and work the corners a little bit. Normally when you see a pitcher pitching with a lead as big as 7, normally they'll just be going right at the hitters. What they want to do is just try and get the contact, just try and create outs.
As to bat, Alex Davis looks to get things moving. He's been hit by the pitch, and he's been walked today, as that first pitch goes for a strike.
Normally you want to see more pitches like that if you're Saylor. Just do anything you can to get ahead of hitters, force them to have to make contact, or just get strikeouts.
As the delivery comes in from Saylor, that one swung and missed. It's going to be strike number 2. 0-2 count, 1 out. As sitting on first base right now is Jack Tubman, and Saylor on the mound. Will Saylor looks to try and get another out to move to a career high in innings pitch, as that one's outside. It's a 1-2 count.
And a good pitch there from Saylor. He just goes right back to the pitch he got the swing and miss on from Davis. Davis does a good job to lay off of it, though.
Davis with that squat there, looking to get a piece of this baseball. That one is swung there, and it's going to be fouled. Not able to make the squeeze. It's going to be Griggs behind the plate. It's going to remain a 1-2 count.
But right there, Davis getting about as little of a piece on it as you can while still making contact with it. Does a great job to stay alive.
And he's getting ready to go here. Looking back over now is Saylor. He checks on over there as the pitch comes in. That one is strike 3. Another strikeout there as Tubman has to move back over to first base. That there is strikeout number 5 coming for Saylor as he improves to a season high in innings pitched. He's gone through 4 2/3.
And Davis knew it immediately. As soon as that pitch was caught by the catcher, he just put his head down and walked back to the dugout. A beautiful pitch there from Saylor.
Ryan Gabbianelli now steps up. He's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts, 1 forward, 1 backward. As the throw comes in here, and that one's hit high and foul there. It's no 1 count now.
And something that Saylor's doing very well in this inning outside of the 4-pitch walk that he issued is getting ahead of hitters. I mentioned that when you're up, all you want to do is just get ahead of hitters, force them to put the ball in play or get strikeouts, and Saylor is doing it to perfection.
The throw comes in here. Gabbianelli watches that one. It's going to be for a ball. 1-1 count. That one seemed like it missed just on the outside part of the plate. As the 1-1 count comes here. The look back over towards Jack Tubman at first base. The throw over to Bats. Bats looks to make the tag. He does not get it in time, though. Tubman's able to get back to first. Pioneers with just 1 man on right now in this contest, trying to get things moving. It's Gabbianelli with that high hold of the bat. The throw, that one was running inside, close to Gabbianelli, but it's going to be for a ball. It's a 2-1 count now.
And for Saylor, I'd be willing to bet that this pitch is going to be very close to the middle of the plate. Just try and make Gabbianelli make contact with it. If he winds up beating you, he winds up beating you, but you really can't fall behind 3-1 here with 2 outs.
Top of the 5th here, 11-4 lead by Auburn. The throw, that one outside. It's now a 3-1 count coming for Ryan Gabbianelli. As on deck sits Jack Aylward, who had a single earlier in the game, and if Gabbianelli can get on base, an opportunity to score some runs on the board for the Pioneers. The throw, that one, down Main Street for a strike.
And that pitch, I guess, for Gabbianelli, not what he was looking for there. A fantastic pitch to swing at there in a 3-1 count. But with a 3-1 count, you do have the luxury of being able to take it for a strike if you don't like it.
And it's getting ready to throw. The throw comes in. That one is low. It's ball 4. And Gabbianelli gets on for the first time here today on the full count walk. So it's a man on first, man on second for Jack Aylward. As I mentioned, Jack Aylward had a base hit here today. It was a single. And then he also flew out to left field. So have to see how Aylward does in this at bat. If he can get one hold of this baseball, it's an opportunity that could potentially put some runs on the board. As the throw comes in, that one is well outside in the left-handed batter's box for ball number 1.
And for Aylward, he's definitely going to be looking to do some damage here. He definitely has the capabilities to do so with the bat, but also wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to play small ball and get another base knock.
So 2 outs here from 2 strikeouts. The throw, that one tries to fall into the zone. It does not. It goes outside. 69 miles per hour there.
And if you're Aylward, you have to be ready to swing on this pitch. Obviously, if this pitch winds up missing the zone, a 3-0 count would be just 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded.
The look back, the kick and delivery. That one is in the dirt. It's going to be a 3-0 count coming for Jack Aylward.
And down by 7 runs, it'd be interesting to see if the green light is on. We saw he had the green light earlier in the game. However, wouldn't be surprised if he just tries to take it and take his walk.
3-0 count from Saylor. He looks back towards Tubman. The throw comes in, and that one clips the corner for a strike. So now it's a 3-1 count coming in for Auburn as it's in. We'll see if someone starts running out of the bullpen, because Saylor is getting ready here as it's a discussion. The ball has not come out of the hand yet, as it will be a look towards the bullpen. It's a new arm coming in. We'll take a step aside as a new arm comes in. Bases are currently loaded. It's 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Parenting today can sometimes feel like you're way out in left field. Casa Trinity Prevention wants to give you some backup for when those unexpected hits come your way. The Triple P Positive Parenting Program for families is designed to help parents step up to the plate with confidence, learn skills that will help your family become stronger, healthier, and more resilient. To learn more, visit casa-trinity.org or email chemungprevention@casa-trinity.org. Thank you, Casa Trinity, for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers. New arm on the mound, it's Soren Cooper for the Auburn Doubledays. He replaces Will Sealer as the bases are currently completely loaded. Swing there, comes there by Brandon Duback. It heads over to the left corner. Coach Drum is going to start waving men home. Tubman comes home. Gabbianelli comes home. Aylward stays at third base. It's a double for Duback, and it's 2 runs scoring on the board. It's 11-6 now.
Yeah, and that makes it a 5-run game here, a much more respectable score. And it's still only just the 5th inning. This game is by no means near over. The Pioneers doing what they can to scratch and crawl their way back into this one.
First pitch seen by Brandon Duback, and he just absolutely pulls that one towards left field. As now up to bat comes Michael Gardner, who extended his streak of getting on base to 10 here today and looks to continue things forward as Duback is on second, Jack Aylward's on third. The first pitch, that one's hit high by Gardner. It heads towards right field. Getting underneath that one and making the catch there will be Ethan Smith for the third out. So Soren Cooper gets the third out of the inning following the 2-run double by Duback. When we return, it's going to be the bottom half of the 5th as the Auburn Doubledays look to extend their lead. It's 11-6 right now between the Pioneers and the Doubledays. Bottom half of the 5th coming up now. The Pioneers were able to score 2 in the top half after a Brandon Duback stand-up double brought home 2 men in Jack Tubman and Ryan Gabbianelli. Now the Doubledays look to try and bounce back here as coming up now will be Titus Hutchins for Auburn as they want to extend this lead as it's just a 5-run lead for them. Anthony Labonte alongside Evan Baird taking you through this contest as Rylander remains on the mound for the Pioneers. He looks and deals, and that one is hit hard, and it's going to split in between Davis and Gardner. It heads over to left field. Tubman will grab that one. It's going to be a single coming in here for Titus Hutchins on the first pitch.
Yeah, so Rylander's done a great job of peppering the zone, doing what he can to get contact against this Doubledays team. However, Titus Hutchins came into that at-bat ready to swing. First pitch, he just laces it in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Great piece of hitting.
Now up to bat is Zach Sperger, who has a single and a double here on the day. As that one is going to be low. It's going to be a 1-0 count coming in. So this has seemed to be a reverse of fortune here between the sides as coming up here is the look down there. The throw comes. That one, check swing. And they say, we'll see what they say. They say it's a fair ball, so a little bit of discussion here. Sperger does not think that was the case, but it will be an out. There's most likely going to be a discussion between Eaton and then potentially the home plate umpire and the second base umpire as discussion comes in here. If it hit off the knob of the bat and ended up in the field of play, that's going to be a fair ball, and that's going to be an out coming in as advancing over to there would be Titus Hutchins as the discussion comes in. We'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, so we obviously don't have the best vantage point on that one, but from our point of view, it looked like it was on top of the line. They're going to rule it will be an out. A good job there by Aylward to field the ball, stay aware of the situation, knowing that it was called a fair ball, and all he has to do is step on the bag for the easy out.
So that one there will be the first out of the inning as Hutchins moves over to second base. So 1 out down there. How would you score that one?
I mean, it's going to be a little 3U.
3U?
I prefer to put the number before the U for unassisted. That's just personal preference. Again, if you put a U3, I can't stop
I feel like that
you.
doesn't even fully explain what just happened, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, but at the end of the day, all the scorecard's going to say is 3-U.
As now substitute here, it's a pinch hitter. It's Jaden Madrid stepping up now for the Doubledays. He fills in for Burt Maxim, who was the designated hitter, and Jaden Madrid now looks to make some damage here on the scoreboard, as currently sitting on second base is going to be Hutchins, as that one's hit high into the air. Dubak runs over. He looks to try and grab that one. He grabs it in foul territory and gets the second out of the inning.
Good job to get to that one by Brandon Dubek. Aylward also had a good beat on that one. However, Aylward obviously starting a lot farther from the ball than Dubek is. A good job to get to that one. Never easy to catch a pop-up as a catcher.
Now coming up here is going to be Chase Massey, who had a double his last time up. It was an RBI double at that. And so looking to get things moving here through this one. And Massey wants to bring home Hutchins from second base. That one's hit high into the air. It looks going towards left center. Going to drop there in front of the center fielder in Brett Baker. It jumps over his glove too. So another single there by Chase Massey, and it brings a run on home there as Hutchins moves all the way from second to home. It's an RBI single, and it's 12-6. Auburn lead.
Yeah, Baker did a good job to get a beat on that one. Again, just didn't quite get to it how we saw earlier on in the game. He had a good beat on another ball that was hit out towards right center, but couldn't get to it.
Rylander gets to his set position. He looks to throw. Dubak sets up. That one's fouled away there by Nacho Gonzalez. Gonzalez got his first hit of the day on a single his last time up. He's gone to the plate 3 times. He's gotten on all 3 times, but he's only 1 for 1. He had 2 walks in this contest as Rylander looks to continue the deal. He throws that one. That one's high into the air. Heads towards left field. Looking underneath that one is Tubman. Tubman loses his hat. He grabs the ball, and he will get the third out of the inning. It's 12-6. Auburn scores 1 to try and bring it back, but the lead is getting cut slowly here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top of the 6th now coming up, as up to bat is Caleb Delaney. He had a single his last time up, and Soren Cooper stays on the mound. He came in relief of Will Saylor, who pitched 4 2/3, had 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, and 5 Ks. It's going to be a 12-6 game right now. The first pitch goes outside against Delaney here. It's going to be a tough one here from Falcon Park.
Yeah, Caleb Delaney just going to do whatever he can to get the leadoff runner on. They got 2 back in the last inning, going to try and get some more back here.
That one is low and goes past Griggs behind the plate. It's going to be a 2-0 count now coming in, as they continue to work here, as it's a Substitution coming out in the field. It's a new man over at first base. It's Braden Mickelson. As that one's hit hard there by Delaney. It heads towards left center. Is it going to drop? It will do so. Delaney's going to move on his horse towards second base. Does he move to third? Coach Drum raises his hand, tells him no. It's a stand-up double coming in for Caleb Delaney as he moves there towards second base, and that's what the Pioneers need if they want to start a rally.
Phenomenal swing there from Caleb Delaney. Got a pitch on the outer half of the plate and just sends it to the opposite field. So often you see pitches on the outer part of the plate, and hitters are going to try and pull it when they wind up in hitters' counts of that 2-0 slot, of that 2-0 count. However, Delaney did a good job to stay on that one, stay level, put a good swing onto it, and the Pioneers have a runner in scoring position.
Manny Esley now steps up to the plate to take this one forward. He's the 10-hole hitter. It's on deck there for the Pioneers is Tyler Adamo, as that one is going to miss outside for ball number 1.
And if I'm Esley here, I'm looking for a pitch that's also on the outer part of the plate. Just try and send one into right field, get a base knock, get an RBI.
As the Esley last time he walked on 4 pitches, he fooled the pitcher with a show bunt. That one's low. So Esley through 2 at-bats has seen 6 pitches, all of which have been balls. The opposite of what normally happens with Esley. He normally sees a pitch in the zone and begins to attack it. Good job by him to keep his eye strong and hold that bat back. 2-0 count. The throw, that one in there for a strike. The first strike Esley has seen through 2 at-bats.
And it felt like it was only a matter of time, and now that he has seen a strike, I wouldn't be surprised to see him swinging away, being aggressive here.
2-1 count. Caleb Delaney currently occupies second base as he gets his lead over there. As I was mentioning before, Braden Mickelson now standing over at first base as the throw comes there by Cooper. It's outside. Esley now has a 3-1 count.
Now, that's a really good take there. In a 2-1 count, it can be really easy to try and swing in that pitch, have your eyes get bigger, and then you just wind up making really weak contact with it. Does a good job to take the pitch, and now he finds himself in a 3-1 count.
So one pitch could determine if Esley gets on base or not, as looking back, the throw comes in. That one is low. It's ball 4. Esley walks for a second time here today.
The on-base percentage is going to love that.
Absolutely it will. As he moves over. And now it's a man on first, man on second here. As coming up to bat is Tyler Adamo, who looks to try and get his first hit of the day. And if he can't do so, try and cut this deficit as the first pitch there gets corner for strike number 1.
Good job to get the first pitch in there for a strike on the mound. Now, if you're Adamo, you have to be ready to swing at something here. Got to be expecting something again close to the plate.
The look down there by Cooper, who also works on that left side of the rubber, as 4 of the pitchers have done so far. Both pitchers for Auburn, both pitchers for Elmira. Have to wonder what makes that left side so special, but that one there was for a ball. It's a 1-1 count. The throw comes in. That one's in the turf. Good grab there by Griggs. 2-1 count.
Going to your point about pitching from the left side of the rubber, a lot of times you'll see a pitcher stand on the edge of the mound, on the edge of the rubber, on whatever glove side would be. Obviously, being a right-handed pitcher, you're going to be on the left side of that rubber, and that just kind of gives you an extra advantage to try and work not across your body so much whenever you have to work inside.
Adamo swings hard at that one. It goes through the infield, and the sign comes in from Coach Drum telling Delaney to go home. The run goes down, the throw is offline, and Delaney scores a run. It's now 12-7. Pioneers slowly chipping away at this lead. It's this RBI single, Tyler Adamo's first hit of the day.
And over at the hot corner, Coach Drum has been aggressive in sending his runners in this one. Sends Caleb Delaney there, obviously sent Michael Gardner back on his base hit that turned into a Little League home run back in the second inning. And it's been paying off so far for Coach Drum. He's trying to tell the Doubledays, you're going to have to make a good throw to throw out my guys at the plate.
Brett Baker now up, another guy who extended his on-base streak. He's now up to 8 on the season. As the throw comes here from Cooper, that one gets in the zone for strike number 1.
Great pitch there to steal strike 1 from Cooper.
As right now, Brett Baker, he looks on as right now the Pioneers are being out-hit by the Doubledays. It's 10-6 difference, a 12-7 run differential. That one is fouled away. It's 0-2 count now coming for Brett Baker.
And you have to be very protective of the plate here if you're Baker. Your team has already gotten one across in the inning. You don't want to be the first out of the inning as a strikeout victim, as you still have 2 runners on base, still a great scoring opportunity for the Pioneers. Just have to keep the momentum rolling.
Cooper stares down. He gets to his set. He looks back over towards second base. It's the run over there as that one's hit hard. It's a hit and run coming on the side. Double play turn incoming, and it does so. There from Massey over to Mickelson. So Adamo gets out at second base. Brett Baker gets out at first. But Manny Esley moves over to third base. But 2 outs are now down, as coming up to the bat is going to be Jack Tubman.
Maybe a sign missed over there on first base by Tyler Adamo. Obviously, we see Esley breaking from second to third on the pitch. However, no advancement from first to second by Adamo, and that winds up costing the out for the Pioneers. Likely would have avoided the double play if he was in motion.
If Adamo was running, the hit and run would have been a good spot there, as that one's low. Esley getting his secondary lead pretty far down that line there.
If you're Tubman, you got to do whatever you can to just get a base hit here, get another run across, and you can make it a 4-run game.
Tubman walked his last time up, as the Pioneers only down by 5 now. The throw, that one is a high arching pitch and falls right in there for a strike. 1-1.
What a pitch there with that curveball. Just drops it right in there for strike 1. A really good pitch to avoid going down 2-0.
As Esley continues to move on that third base path. It does not seem like Spurger is going to step over there, as that one's hit on the ground, and it breaks through the infield, and Tubman's going to have a single, an RBI single at that. Another run scores in for the Pioneers. They cut this one down to just a 4-run lead, as now Alex Davis steps up to the plate.
Talk about doing a job there if you're Jack Tubman. All you have to do is get a base hit, and he does just that. Could have tried to put a more aggressive swing onto that pitch, but he takes what they gave him, hits a ground ball in the left field, and now it's just a 4-run game.
12-8. Pioneers looking to come back from what was a strong deficit, as Cooper delivers. That one is low. Davis throws up the hand to tell his man not to run. 1-0 count coming in. Davis on the day, a walk, and he was hit by the pitch. He struck out his last time up, though. As looking over there, Soren Cooper does. The throw comes. That one, corner. Good framing there by Griggs. Gets the strike.
Strong pitch there from Cooper to steal a pitch on the outer part of the plate. Now if you're Davis, that's in the back of your mind a little bit that he can paint that corner. Might see him expand the zone a little bit on a swing here if the pitch winds up on the outer part.
Pioneers have done a great job so far hitting in between the shortstop and third baseman. See if that happens again here. That one's hit hard. It hits towards right center. Running over there is going to be Monahan. Monahan make this diving catch. Does he do so? The hand comes up, and he did. It was falling backwards on him. He makes the catch, and that's the third out. Auburn holds off the damage. It's 12-8 after a high hit fly ball by Davis gets caught by Monahan. We'll come back for the bottom half of the sixth as the Auburn Doubledays look to extend their lead. Back here at Falcon Park after what was an absolute incredible play by Teddy Monahan. He now has to come up to bat as he steps towards the plate. Rylander remains as the pitcher and get things ready to keep things moving. The Pioneers were able to cut down the lead by scoring 2 in the top half of the 6th. It's only a 4-run lead by the Doubledays, 12-8 right now here from Falcon Park as Dubeck gets down, and Monahan, he had a home run earlier today, a grand slam, so he's been having an absolute incredible day as that one goes in for a strike.
Yeah, tough to imagine having a better day at the park, hitting a grand slam back in the 2nd inning and making a highlight reel catch to save a run in the top half of the 6th.
As the University of Rochester player stands in there. Rylander's throw, that one is high. It's a 1-1 count. Big plays here so far by the Doubledays. Elmira has been slowly chipping away at it. A little bit of small ball is what they're trying to do, but they have to make sure that they hold off Auburn at the plate. As that one's hit hard, it heads towards right field. Delaney jumps back. He tries to leap for it. It goes well over his glove. It heads off the wall. Monahan's going to run. He goes over towards second. He's heading towards third. Can he get in there? He does so. It's a triple there for Monahan as he gets the bottom of the 6th inning going, and he is having himself a historic day here at Falcon Park.
Yeah, his incredible day just keeps on going on. A great piece of hitting there. Hit that one hard into right field. I didn't think he was going to carry as far as it did off the bat. However, Delaney gave it as much effort as he could. However, his jumping effort not enough. Teddy Monahan stands on third with a leadoff triple.
Monahan in this one, he's walked, he's had a home run, and he's had a triple. So a great time for him, as coming up to bat now is Braden Michelson, who I told you filled in for Justin Batts, as Rylander gets ready to go here. Trying to extend the lead of the Doubledays. That first pitch goes in there, but they say it's a little bit off. They call it a ball there. That one looked pretty good from here, but I'm not the one behind the plate.
Yeah, not a bad-looking pitch from Rylander. Just might have been a touch upstairs.
The throw here. That one swung on a miss. That'll be a strike, no doubt. It's a 1-1 count now coming in for Michelson.
And now that you're Rylander, you have him in a 1-1 count. You got to try and throw something low in the zone, something a little soft. Try and get the ground ball, prevent Monahan from being able to score.
Rylander's throw, that one swung and foul. It hits off of Dubeck and off of the umpire. Dubeck checks to make sure he's okay, and it's going to be a 1-2 count.
Yeah, being an umpire is very much a thankless job, especially with ones like that. A foul ball square off the mask.
As here comes Rylander. He gets set. He looks to deliver here. Trying to get the first out of the bottom half of the 6th. That pitch runs inside. It's a ball. It's 2-2.
Not a bad pitch there from Rylander. Just tries to throw him a little front door off-speed pitch there to Michelson. Tries to get it to come back at the last second, either get a rollover or the called strike. Just missed it by a little bit.
The throw from Rylander on the 2-2. That one, they rule a little bit too much upstairs. It's going to be a full count now. That looked like a really good pitch from Rylander, but does not get the call.
Similar to the first pitch of the at-bat, that was called a ball. Very close pitches from Rylander.
The throw, the full count, the payoff pitch. That one, too far inside. It's a walk for Michelson.
Some fantastic two-strike takes there from Michelson. 2 pitches on the border, took them both. Either way, they could have gone, but either way, he's standing on first base now.
And now it's a meeting at the mound from Rylander as well. He's with assistant coach Eric Burkan. Does not seem like it's going to be the switching of the guard here, but it will still be just a discussion to see how much further Rylander would like to go as we continue to talk as the bumps come in, and Coach Burkan will walk off the mound, and it's going to be a man on first, man on third after Michelson walks there on a full count. Teddy Monahan had a triple. Have to see, as you said earlier, how far is this leash going to be for Rylander? The Pioneers want to try and come back into this one. 12-8 right now. As up to bat comes Colin Howell. He's struck out twice. He also walked earlier. Rylander kicks and deals. That one's hit hard and heads in towards left field. Tubman grabs that one, and Monahan's just going to take his steps on home. It's 13-8. Auburn lead over the Elmira Pioneers as that single brings home a run.
Yeah, right now for the Pioneers, it feels like they're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards. Obviously, they've scored 4 runs in the last 2 frames. However, on the mound, Rylander has now given up 2, and he is still not close to getting out of this one. Nobody out and 2 on.
Jonathan Griggs now up to the plate. He has a single earlier in this one. He flew out his last time over towards Caleb Delaney as the throw comes in by Rylander. It bounces over towards Davis, and the hops just get on top of him. Holding up there, it's just a plain old single coming in for Griggs, but what one needed as now Ethan Smith gets ready to come up with the bases completely juiced.
Yeah, I mean, bases loaded, nobody out. A pretty dire situation here for the Pioneers. They desperately need to get outs without allowing any more damage. However, they could not have been dealt a worse hand to play with right now.
Brandon Dubeck will walk up to Rylander to give a discussion here about what will happen. There's still 0 outs here in the bottom half of the inning as Coach Eaton talks over with Ethan Smith. Last time the bases were loaded for this squad for the Doubledays, it was Teddy Monahan, and he knocked one all the way over the right field wall. Smith would like to do so here today if he can try and hit one opposite field or even pull side.
And while the grand slam would be amazing for Ethan Smith, again, nobody out here. All you got to do is put the ball in play, not hit a pop-up on the infield, and you're more than likely staring at an RBI, maybe 2, maybe even 3 if you can hit a gap.
A 5-run lead currently by the Doubledays. 0 outs, Lucas Rylander currently on the mound. Bases completely loaded. Ethan Smith now gets ready in the box. The first pitch comes in. That one falls. Does not go for a strike. It hits off the turf. Ball 1.
And Rylander's got to throw a strike here. He's got to throw a pitch that he's confident in throwing for weak contact or getting for a called strike. He cannot afford to fall behind 2-0 here.
Smith did get an RBI earlier in the day, but that was on a fielder's choice. So now, here comes Smith, the pitch. That one in there for a strike. It's a 1-1 count now.
Good pitch on the outer part of the plate, and that was exactly the pitch I was talking about. If that got a swing from Smith, more than likely would have been weak contact on the infield to try and create some outs.
1-1 count. It's a bases loaded situation. Ethan Smith's swing. That one is hit foul, but into the mid of Dubeck. It's going to be a 1-2 count.
Rylander more than likely going to try and climb the ladder here with a fastball. Just went a little over the zone with a fastball. Got the foul tip into the mitt. Could try and elevate a little bit more to get the punch out for the crucial first out of the inning.
Rylander's already gone 3 innings and plus. Here comes the throw. That one is, as you said, upstairs, but a little bit too much. It's in the attic for a ball.
Yeah, as you said, tried to go upstairs. That one in the attic, nearly threw it over the house there. But now, still a 2-2 count. You're still not out of this at-bat. You still just got to try and throw a pitch that you're comfortable with getting for a strike. Try and get a swing and miss here.
Smith looking to do some damage in this at-bat. It's a 13-8 lead over the Elmira Pioneers by the Auburn Doubledays. The throw comes in. That one is swung, and it's going to be strike 3. There's no chance of a drop third strike because the bases are currently loaded. That's the first out of the inning.
Fantastic pitch there from Rylander. Goes to his off-speed pitch, and he definitely set him up there. Changed his sights a little bit, obviously going to the high fastball, got the swing and miss. Goes higher with a fastball, however it's taken. Goes to the off-speed pitch in the dirt, and so many times you'll see a batter swing right over the top of that after they were able to lay off the fastball.
Titus Hutchins now steps up to the plate to take things forward here. Once again, bases loaded situation for the Doubledays. On deck is Zach Sperger. The first pitch there is down low for ball number 1. Dubeck throws that one back as there is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Pioneers. We'll see if the armbar gets used in this inning or if Rylander can get out of this one. As the throw comes, that one is fouled back. It's going to be first strike of the at-bat coming off of a foul ball. And it's the man over there in the bullpen. Looks as though it might be Tobias Waldridge. As now Titus Hutchins gets back in with sticks on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Rylander looks over towards third. The throw comes in, and that one A lot of movement on that pitch, but they rule it as being too high. It's going to be 2-1.
Not a bad pitch there. All tried to go to the outer part of the plate with an off speed. Just missed the plate. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go at him here with a fastball, try and get that double play to end the inning.
2-1 count. Rylander gets set for Hutchins. The throw. That one's hit hard. It heads towards center field. Going back on that one is Baker. Baker moves over there. It's going to be a tag-up situation here. The run will come in and score as it's a sacrifice fly coming in there for Hutchins, and now it is 14-8 following the return home by Braden Michelson.
Yeah, Rylander went at him with the fastball there, just left it a little too over the plate, and a great job by Hutchins to hit that one into center field. All it takes is a fly ball and you get an RBI. That's exactly what happened.
Men on the corners now coming in for the Doubledays as up to bat comes Zach Spurger. His last time up, it was an unassisted play by Jack Aylward at first base following what they ruled to be a check swing there that hit off the knob of the bat and ended up in fair territory as that one is fouled back for strike number 1. Spurger in this one has a double and a single. Looking to get anything there. It could send home potentially 2 runners depending on how quickly the run goes. That one is thrown back over to Aylward. Trying to make something happen there to Griggs at first. Does not happen though. It'll be a 1-1 count coming in here.
And here, if I'm Rylander, I'm simply just going at him right now. There's 2 outs. Just try and get something hit at one of your fielders. Just try and get out of the inning.
Rylander's delivery. That one is high. Dubak takes his steps up in case he has to throw it. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Ball just fell out of the glove of Dubak. He had to pick that one back up. As right now, Adamo plays closer to second base. In case there's a throwdown attempt, he has to come and cut off. The throw comes in. That one's hit hard. It heads towards right field. Caleb Delaney is trying to get on his horse and grab that, and he does so. So holding off there is the Pioneers. Only 2 runs end up scoring. It's 14-8 here in the bottom half of the 6th. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top half of the 7th now coming up here as Cooper remains on the mound, and it's going to be Ryan Gabbianelli coming up for the Pioneers. As 2 runs scored by the Pioneers in the top half of the 6th, but then it was 2 runs scored as well by Auburn. It's negate all of that scoring. It's now 14-8 Auburn lead here. Gabbianelli's trying to get his first hit on the day. He's gone to the plate 3 times. He's struck out twice and walked just once. As Cooper steps and delivers, that one is swung and missed for strike number 1.
I like the aggressiveness there from Gabbianelli. You know, your team got back into it. You cut it down to a 4-run lead. However, you gave the 2 runs back. What he's just trying to do is set the tone early for the inning. Just came up empty.
The throw from Cooper. That one is swung and missed again by Gabbianelli. It's 2 strikes now.
And now you got to be ready at the plate to foul anything off. But you also have to be patient. If you don't like what you see, you have to foul it off if it's there, but you can still take it.
Ryan Gabbianelli in plate there. That one is hit foul and hard foul. It goes past the netting. 0-2 count. Gabbianelli getting ready here as Cooper gets set to throw. He looks down towards Griggs, the catcher. The delivery comes in, and that one is high. Trying to drop that one in. He does not do so. 1-2.
Yeah, not a bad pitch at all there from Cooper. Just trying to freeze Gabbianelli at the plate. However, misses a little bit high. Good job by Gabbianelli to lay off.
Gabbianelli getting ready here. The throw comes. That one is high. It's now going to be 2-2.
And after a couple swings on the fastball early on in the at-bat here from Gabbianelli, that's not a bad pitch from Cooper. Tried to set him up with a high heater. Just a good job to lay off.
Getting ready for the throw. That one is too high. It's now a full count coming against Ryan Gabbianelli.
And the same thing there. Tried to climb the ladder with the fastball. Just couldn't get Gabbianelli to swing at it. He's done a great job taking pitches once he got to 2 strikes in this at-bat.
Getting ready. The full count comes in. The throw. That one's hit hard by Gabbianelli. It goes towards left field. Running back for that one and trying to make the catch, and he does so, is Colin Howe. So Gabbianelli's hitting streak will have to take a pause right now if he can come back up to try and get that one through. He's got at least 6 games in a row he's had a hit. That one there does not go in his favor. It's the first out.
Yeah, been a lot of loud outs for the Pioneers in this game. And for them, they're going to have to try and have those start landing down, trying to get some base hits if they want to claw their way back into this one.
Jack Aylward now steps to the plate. His last time he was walked. So he's trying to get things moving. That one, another pitch that starts out high and tries to drop in, but it doesn't drop in time. It's ball number 1. And right now it seems as though Cooper is having a little bit of difficulty in this inning to try and get that breaking ball in, as that one is swung and missed by Aylward.
But for what it's worth, on the mound right now, Cooper doing a fantastic job getting ahead of hitters with the swing and miss on his fastball.
Both Cooper and Rylander have been those long relief pitchers that have benefited so far. As a timeout comes, as there was a missed throw of a ball. It heads onto the field of play from one of the kids over by the bullpen. So it's a 1-1 count still for Jack Aylward. Throw comes in. That one's hit foul. It rolls up the netting and hits off the roof. 1-2 now. As Jack Aylward hopes to make things happen. On deck currently is Brandon Duback. He had a double his last time. So if Aylward can get on, a potential opportunity to keep things going. As that one's hit hard towards left field. Running back for that one is Haug. It gets past him. It bounces up, goes off the wall, and all of a sudden Jack Aylward is going to have a stand-up double here there for the Pioneers.
Another ball that gets scorched off the bat from the Pioneers. This time it's going to fall for a base hit. Aylward a little more lucky than Gabbianelli. And the Pioneers in business with 1 out with a runner in scoring position.
Now Brandon Duback comes up. And as I mentioned before, his last time up he had a double. It was a 2-run double at that. Trying to put some runs on the board for the Pioneers to get closer to that score of 14. As just 1 out so far in the top half of the 7th. The look back, the throw, that one is cut foul by Duback.
And another pitch from Cooper where he goes to his fastball early in the count and gets a swing and miss. He's done a great job of catching these Pioneers hitters off balance with that fastball.
And that's what happens so far in this game as he's continued to develop as a reliever. As the second pitch of the bat, that one's hit hard by Duback. It goes towards left center. It keeps on heading back. It's going back there, and the hands go up. It's going to be a double coming in, and automatic double coming in for Brandon Duback there, as it will be a run scored for the Elmira Pioneers.
Another scorcher off the bat of the Pioneers, and a second consecutive double. The line just keeps moving for the Pioneers. Now it'll be Gardner.
Michael Gardner now steps up. That was the third RBI of the day for Duback, as Gardner has not gotten a hit since the second inning, where he had that single that ended up turning into a inside the park home run following an error, as that one is down low for a ball. So all of a sudden, Cooper's pitches are getting hit real hard by the Pioneers. If Gardner can get a handle of this one, potentially maybe see one go over the fence. As the throw comes in, that one is high, 2-0.
And Gardner's just got to be patient in this at-bat. Currently sitting in the driver's seat, might see a fastball here as we've seen Cooper try to go to that pitch to get the swing and miss. If you're Gardner, you just got to be ready for it. Try and hit it wherever you can to cause some damage.
1 out, 2-0 count. Coming in for Michael Gardner as Duback takes his secondary lead. That one's hit high into the air, going towards foul territory. Heads over to the dugout of the Pioneers, goes too far, heads into the stands. And that's the first strike.
And Gardner got a fastball there, just a little bit behind on it, winds up hitting a mile-high pop-up foul. More than likely going to see an off-speed pitch here. He's already seen 3 fastballs in this at-bat.
As now 2-1 coming in for Gardner, who wants to get an opportunity to put the Pioneers in double digits as Brandon Duback sits in scoring position. A throw comes in. That one's way too high. It looked like, again, Cooper was trying to go for the breaking ball, but right there just does not get any sort of drop with it.
Yeah, he definitely has not had the greatest feel for his off-speed in the inning. However, it's so difficult to throw 4 straight pitches that are the same to the same hitter, so he had to try and mix it up there.
Throw comes in. That one's way too high. It's going to be ball number 4. Now it's a man on first and a man on second. Duback occupies second, and Gardner occupies first as Caleb Delaney steps up. It's going to be a meeting on the mound by the catcher, Griggs and Cooper, to see how they pitch towards Delaney, who has a single and a double on the day. So Delaney has shown so far that he can get some pop. We'll see how things end up moving.
I mean, keep it simple here. I think he's going to get a first pitch fastball. I think he's got to be ready for it at the plate. If it winds up over the plate, and he can do some serious damage here. It's just a 5-run game and a couple of ducks on the pond for the Pioneers.
Right now, Coach Drum's currently talking to Zach Spurger at third base. Interesting conversation there. I want to know what's happening.
Maybe offering Spurger some fielding tips. We saw some fantastic plays by Coach Drum over there in that coach's box last time they were here in Auburn.
So that could be the case. We'll have to see if a ball ends up going over that way. Drum gives his signs to Delaney. Delaney gets ready to go. As right now, Duback sits on second base. Michael Gardner has a strong lead over at first. The show bunt there pulls back. It's ball 1.
And maybe you're showing bunt there to try and get a ball thrown at you, but I don't necessarily love the call. I understand you want to try and get second and third. However, it would be with 2 outs. And when you're down by 5, I think the last thing you can do is just hand the other team free outs, even if it does advance your runners.
Corner infielders playing in. That one is high. Ball 2. It could also be that sort of deceptive tactic that we talked about earlier. That's what happened with Esley that allowed him to get on, was he showed bunt, pulled back, got on.
Yeah, both times Delaney has shown bunt in this at-bat. He's seen a fastball that's gone high. Wouldn't be surprised if he shows the square again, but then pulls back.
That one pulled back again. It's 3-0 now. That one was not high. That one was down in the turf towards the other side. Griggs does a good job grabbing that one. 3-0 now, going against Caleb Delaney. As 2 are on right now for the Pios. As that one is low. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Caleb Delaney gets on. As Manny Esley gets ready to step up to the plate, as all of a sudden Thomas Eaton starts walking out towards the mound. And this might be the spot where you see him come out, and it will be the spot where Cooper ends up coming out. A new arm seems like ready to come and go as the fence is opened out there in the bullpen. The arm comes out, and the ball is going to come out of the hand of Cooper. The dugout is currently lined up for the Doubledays. And that will be the end of that. When we come back, it's the new arm coming up for the Doubledays, but the bases are currently loaded for the Elmira Pioneers. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. New pitcher Jacob Morrell comes in here as he comes in for Soren Cooper, but the bases are completely juiced right now for the Elmira Pioneers and Manny Esley.
Yeah.
As Morrell is a native of Auburn, so not too far of travel from here, but a perfect opportunity for the Pioneers.
Yeah, you talk about getting thrown into the fire as a reliever. Bases juiced, just one out. However, you're facing the 10-hitter here, but that doesn't necessarily mean it gets any easier.
Just a 5-run deficit right now as Esley watches that first pitch. That one's high. It's ball one. Esley's done a great job watching first pitch.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be watching a lot of pitches in this at-bat, just trying to get to see as many pitches as he can.
That one is low. It's a ball. It's 2-0 now. Griggs was able to hold on to that one. Good job from him. As on deck is Tyler Adamo. 1 out right now in the top of the 7th. Pioneers looking to mount a comeback against the Doubledays. As that one is swung and missed for strike number 1. If the Pioneers were to be able to come back, they would jump over the Doubledays in terms of the standings, move up to 3rd place. But right now it would require them to come back being down by 5. As that one is well outside. 3-1.
And Esley in the driver's seat of this at-bat now. Would not be surprised if he's taking all the way, just going to try and walk in the run with the top of the order looming on deck.
Delivery. Down low. That's a bases loaded walk, and that puts the Pioneers into double digits. Dubak will walk on his way home, and now it is 10 to 14 right now, with the Pioneers having the bases completely loaded and Tyler Adamo starting things off.
Yeah, very interesting. You go back to when this game was 11-4. Now we're sitting with a tying run at the plate here in the top of the 7th inning.
That first pitch goes away. It's now crossed over the 9 o'clock hour as the Pioneers look to try and mount a comeback as that pitch is high. Good stop there from Griggs. That one could have easily gotten to the backstop. Does a good job to get his glove on it and keep it in front of him.
Yeah, that one just goes in and out of the glove, but he had it in the right spot, so it's not going to get very far away. Obviously, the Pioneers don't want to take any risks at getting any outs here where they don't have to.
2-0 count. That one very close to hitting Adamo, so 3 straight balls come in from Morrell with the bases completely loaded. Pioneers trying to mount a comeback. 14-10. The tying run currently at the plate in Tyler Adamo. 1 out. That one outside. Ball 4. Another walk with bases loaded. Another run scores here for the Pioneers. It is now 14-11. And all of a sudden what seemed very far away is coming a little bit closer as the tying run is on first, and the leading run comes to the plate. It's Brett Baker.
And for Morrell, not the start to the outing you were looking for. You've thrown 9 pitches, 8 of them have missed the zone. You've walked in 2 runs, and while they aren't in your name, certainly not helping out your team.
First pitch coming in on Brett Baker. That one's hit high into the air. That one's going to be an infield fly rule. So it's going to be the second out here of the inning there. First pitch swinging by Brett Baker. I don't know, maybe he saw something better there, but I would have held up there.
Yeah, I myself would have probably taken that pitch. I'm taking till I get a strike. Make this pitcher prove to me that he can make a pitch. However, I'm sure Baker saw the pitch that he wanted, just got a little underneath it.
Jack Tubman now steps up here as he swings on that one. It's grounded on there. Trying to grab that one. Sperger throws it over to first. It's not in time. It's going to be another run scoring for the Pioneers. It's now 14-12 on the infield single coming by Jack Tubman.
Yeah, we saw a lot of big swings in the inning early for the Pioneers. Just a little small ball there. Not quite a swinging bunt there, but ultimately a weak enough ground ball, and Tubman's able to reach. Huge RBI, and the line keeps moving.
Alex Davis looking to make some action happen. That first pitch is low. It's ball 1. Pioneers trying to mount a comeback. They're just down by 2 now. The tying run is on second base. The leading run, Jack Tubman, is on first. Morrell comes in here. That one is going to be another ball. Morrell cannot find the strike zone right now. He's having a tough time. Alex Davis is holding off. On deck, Ryan Gabbianelli.
And this pitch feels like a near auto take.
The throw outside, 3-0 now. Pioneers are seeing a very close time. It's just a 2-run ball game here. Morrell, 3-0 count. He has to find a strike here. An outside pitch, and it's a 1-run game. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball 4. That's a walk. It's a 1-run ball game.
Unbelievable. Morrell, that's the 3rd walk he's issued in the inning. Faced 4 hitters, got the pop-up off of Baker, but now it comes to Gabbianelli, who led off this inning by hitting a scorcher into left field that was caught. Now he has a chance to give the Pioneers the lead.
14-13. The tying run is 90 feet away. That's Tyler Adamo. Jack Tubman is across the diamond. He represents the leading run. Ryan Gabbianelli steps up. He's trying to extend his hitting streak. If he can do so right now, it would help the team so far. That first pitch is for a strike.
And that's a big strike there from Morrell. First time that he's able to get ahead of a batter in this one. And now Gabbianelli's got to be wondering if he has good command of the zone or if that one was just a fluke.
Morrell's pitch. Here it comes. That one's low, but in the zone for a strike.
From our vantage point, that one looked a little below the zone. However, the umpire with the best vantage point in the house going to have to go with the call there.
The pitch from Morrell. Throw. That one's high. 1-2. And you have to imagine the stress right now in Gabbianelli's head. He does not want to strike out here. He wants to get something in play or get walked. The pitch, the 1-2. That one's well outside. Great job by Griggs to get behind that one and keep it in front of him.
Unbelievable play there behind the dish. If that one does get past him, Adamo can get a good read on it and tie the game up. A fantastic block there from Griggs.
And it's getting ready to go here. 2-2 count. The throw. That one is swung by Gabbianelli and missed for strike number 3. So Morrell's able to get out of the bases loaded jam, but the Pioneers cut this one even closer. It's 14-13 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. New pitcher for the Pioneers, it's Tobias Waldridge coming up here after a Pioneers big scoring inning there that brought them up to 13. It's 14-13, bottom half of the seventh. Now it's going to be the pressure applied onto the bullpen to hold off against the batters here for Auburn, because if they can hold off, the Pioneers have a golden opportunity to come back and win this one. As up to bat now comes Jaden Madrid, who is the pinch hitter for Maxim. He, last time up, popped one up to Brendan Duback in foul territory and got the out. Anthony Labonte alongside Evan Baird here at Falcon Park to take you through this one. Bottom seven, we're in the late innings. That first pitch, high, ball one.
And Waldridge is going to have to do what he can to settle in this game now. Just a one-run game. You have to do everything in your power to prevent a run from scoring.
Tobias Waldridge from High Point, North Carolina. In this one, he's looking to get things moving. The fans are back into this one. Waldridge, this is his fourth appearance of the season. He's gone 3 1/3 innings. He's got an ERA north of 16. He wants to hold off here as that one's high again. 2-0. The throw from Waldridge. That one high again. 3-0.
And if you're Waldridge, the last thing you want to do is put the leadoff runner on base. Your team just got it all the way back to a one-run game, and putting the leadoff man on for free would be the worst thing you could do.
3-0 count, and that's what will happen here. 4 pitches and a walk. That puts Madrid on. And now comes the top of the order. It's going to be Chase Massey coming up here for the Doubledays. As on the day so far, he's 2 for 3. He's got a single, a double, and a walk. His 5th plate appearance. That one in the zone for a strike. Good move from Duback to get in there to grab that one. It's an 0-1 count.
Yeah, fantastic pitch there from Waldridge. Goes to the outer part of the plate, gets it for strike number 1, a huge first pitch strike.
0-1 count. The throw. That one is too high above the letters. Ball 1. Pioneers looking to hold off here. It's a great day here. The run comes there, swinging. It's going to be, they rule it as a foul tip into the mid there. As the conversation comes in, if it was a foul tip, that means that the runner on first has to move back to first base. And that's the conversation happening right now. They rule no, though. So a stolen base comes in by Madrid. I don't understand quite why he wasn't moved back there.
Yeah, strange decision to say the absolute least.
1-2 count. The throw. That one's fouled back. So there will be some discussion on that one. But 1-2 count here for Chase Massey. Getting things moving. The look back. The throw coming from Waldridge. That one is high. 2-2 coming in now for Massey. He's getting ready to go here. Waldridge gets set. 2-2 count, no outs. The runner there comes. It's a foul ball, so going back over towards second base will be Madrid.
And just some clarity on the rule, a foul tip with the runner in motion counts as a swinging strike, so you play it as if the ball is live. Just a little bit of a mental error there from the Pioneers.
And that's what the coaches were trying to argue, that it would have been a foul, but swinging strike would be the call there. So 2-2 count coming in. The look back from Waldridge. He delivers. That one's high again. It's full count now.
And if you're Waldridge, you've got to find the strike zone with this pitch. You can definitely try and go on the border here, but whatever you do, you cannot give up another walk here. Ideally, you get a strikeout or a ground ball.
Madrid currently occupies second base. He's willing to run if need be. That one is fouled off again. Just a screamer towards the top of the roof. Full count still remains. No outs.
That was a good pitch there from Waldridge. Threw it in at 88 miles an hour. Tried to get it by him there. Just a good job to foul it off by Massey.
Massey gets in the box. Waldridge looks down. He gets the sign from Dubek. He looks back towards Madrid at second base. The delivery. That one is hit hard. It heads towards left field. That's going back there. Getting underneath that one is going to be Tubman. It's a tag-up attempt. The throw comes over, but no way for Madrid. He runs back to second base.
Yeah, strong throw from Tubman holds him to second base. We see the break. The idea being you're about halfway there if that throw winds up going up the line or winds up heading towards the pitcher's mound. However, a strong throw from Tubman keeps the runner at second.
Nacho Gonzalez now comes out. His last time up, he hit a fly ball over towards Tubman. The wind continues to blow here at Auburn. The sun has gone down. The throw, that one hits off of Gonzalez. That fastball just went too strong and hits off Gonzalez's bat. So now it's a man on first, man on second, as coming up to bat is Teddy Monahan. He has a home run on the day and a triple. That home run was 4 runs, as Coach Burkhan will go talk over with Waldridge about how to approach against Monahan. Get through here. As, once again, man on first, man on second. Coming in.
And if just about anybody but Monahan was at the plate here, I would say that the bunt could possibly be in play. However, when a guy has a home run and a triple on the day, swinging a bat as hot as he has right now, it feels like the last thing you want to do is have him lay one down.
Waldridge gets ready to go, and it's been quite a day for Monahan. The grand slam, the triple, just at the bat. He also had a brilliant play out in center field, as right now with a pair of ducks on the pond, it's going to be a run over there coming from Madrid, who gets in to third base for a stolen base.
And he got a fantastic jump there. I have to wonder if maybe Waldridge just didn't give him a look back, or if Dubek didn't have a sign to communicate with him that the runner was going, because he got a beautiful jump on that, and Waldridge didn't step off. He delivered to the plate. No chance for Dubek to throw him out.
So now it's a man on the corners for Auburn. They're still looking here on how to approach. One out here in the bottom half of the inning. That one gets the zone for a strike.
And while it seems like there is a very strong chance that the Doubledays could score here, if you're Waldridge, you have to realize you're still just about a ground ball away from getting out of this inning. You have to do whatever you can to get it.
Waldridge throws. That one's outside. As now Waldridge's pitches there lead up towards the count and 2-1. As it seems as though Waldridge is concerned about hitting the center of the plate, because that's what could happen. Monahan hits it high. It heads towards right center. Going back for that one there is Delaney. Delaney's at the wall. He grabs that one off the warning track. It's going to be a tag-up play there. So 1 run will score on the sacrifice fly. So now it's a 2-run lead for the Doubledays, and stays on first base. It's 2 outs.
And that was a loud out right there from Monahan. That one off the bat looked like it could potentially be home run number 2 on the night. However, just quite not enough behind it. However, you still get the sacrifice fly, still get the RBI, makes it a 2-run game.
Now up to bat comes Braden Michelson, who had to walk his first time up, and Waldridge looks to continue his outing here. Throw. That one. It's not go for a strike. It's for a ball. It was very close, though. 2 outs here. 1-0 count. That one's fouled. 1-1. Man currently occupies first base there. That's Nacho Gonzalez. As getting ready here. Waldridge gets to his set. He kicks and deals. That one, Dubek walks up on, but now it's a 2-1 count.
And a great block there by Brandon Dubek. Well, there is 2 outs. Should that ball get past him, there'd be a runner in scoring position, meaning a base hit would just about score the runner regardless. Great stop there from Dubek.
Michelson at the plate. The throw. That one is low. 3-1 now. Trying to get this third out, limit the amount of runs scored in this bottom half of the inning to just 1 to make it just a 2-run lead. The throw, that one is fouled back. Full count now.
And now it seems like if you're Waldridge, this has to be a pitch you go to for the strikeout. Obviously, full count with 2 outs. Runner's going to be off with the pitch, which means a base hit would likely score him if he gets a good jump here. You have to be looking for the strikeout.
Gets set. Delivers. That one on the full count. It's a walk. Waldridge thought he had that one all the way through. If ABS was implemented in the PGCBL, Brandon Dubek would have been going for that one, but it'll be a walk.
Yeah, very close pitch there. Very gutsy take, to say the absolute least. But now if you're Waldridge, you have to stay focused. You still have another hitter. You have to try and get out of the inning.
Up to bat now, Colin Haug looking to get things moving. He had a single his last time up. The look down. The sign comes from Dubek. The throw, that one's outside. Ball 1. Pioneers continuing here. Try and bounce back into this one. They've allowed 1 run in this one as that one's down in the dirt. It's 2-0.
Yeah, if you're Waldridge, you got to find the zone on this pitch. Can't put yourself in a position where you could potentially walk the bases loaded. Got to go right at him here. Got to go for a strike.
Waldridge steps onto the rubber. Dubek gets ready to give the sign. As the leads come in from the men on the base path, that one goes for a strike. Hits that nice corner there for the first strike of the at-bat. It's 2-1.
Great pitch there from Waldridge. Goes for the corner and gets it. Now he's just got to find 2 more strikes.
2-run lead for the Doubledays. Pioneers knocking on their door in that last inning, top half of the inning, as that one goes for a strike. Great pitch there from Waldridge. The off-speed gets him. It's now a 2-2.
Big pitch here for Waldridge. Again, you got to go to a pitch that you feel comfortable and confident with getting a strikeout in.
The look down. The delivery. That one is well too far inside. So now the count is completely full.
Reynolds will be back in motion with the pitch. If you're Waldridge, you got to try and get either a pop-up or just go for the strikeout.
Anything on this pitch here, the runners are moving, and they move already. That pitch goes in. It's a walk.
And that's back-to-back at-bats now where Waldridge thought he had strike 3 but couldn't get the call. Tough break, and it looks like that might be the end of his day.
As coming out now is Coach Strum, and looks as though it will, in fact, be the end of his day. It's going to be a new arm coming out for the Pioneers. The bases are currently completely loaded with 2 outs. We'll see who it is coming out right after this here on the Pioneers YouTube stream. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Maid, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Now on the mound for the Pioneers, it's Sam Watts from the University of Dartmouth to take things forward, and he hasn't pitched in a hot second. Normally, a guy who comes in as the closer now has to try and get out of this bases jam situation. He replaces Tobias Waldridge, who only went 2/3 of the inning. 15-13 lead right now by the Auburn Doubledays. Pioneers had a big top half of the inning to bring the lead closer. And up to bat is Jonathan Griggs, the catcher for the Doubledays. As the throw comes there, that one is going to be for a ball. Very close pitch there.
And Watts, you got to be careful. You are just 1 out away from getting out of the inning. However, you are working with a bases loaded situation. Got to do what you can to get that out.
Getting ready here for the pitch. The delivery there from Watts. That one's outside. 2-0 count coming in. That one just registered a little under 70.
Yeah, 68 miles an hour. Whenever you throw a pitch that slow, you put a lot of potential for movement on it. Obviously, that pitch broke a ton towards the glove side. Just wound up being too far off the plate to get a swing.
The look down towards Duback. Watts kicks and deals. That one is fouled away. Sam Watts has the only save on the season by the Elmira Pioneers. He picked that one up against Newark as he gets ready to go. The look down towards Duback. He gives over the signal. Watts just needs 1 out to get out of this bases loaded jam that he has inherited. That one in there for a strike. Big strike call there. Now it's 2-2 as someone in the crowd is currently tapping their head, saying that ABS, once again, as I mentioned earlier, if it wasn't the PGCBL, would be a challenge pitch.
Should we start the petition?
We'll see, depending on this one. Watts gets set. The delivery, that one is outside, trying to get Griggs to chase. Doesn't do so. Full count coming.
And now a huge pitch incoming. Obviously, the runner's going to be off in motion. A strike away from getting out of it, however, a ball away from giving up another run.
Getting ready now. Watts gets set. Watts delivers. That one, he thought hits corner. The Pioneers dugout thought so too, but it's a bases loaded walk there on another full count walk. Another run scores.
And that's now 3 straight hitters that saw a full count. The pitcher thought they had the pitch to get out of it, and the umpire calls ball 4. A huge turn of events here in this one.
As now it is 16-13. Auburn lead. So Watts walks the man. Up to bat now comes Ethan Smith. He struck out his last time up. The throw from Watts, that one's hit hard and heads into right field. 1 run would score. The turn comes in, the wave comes through. It's 2 runs scoring. It is now 18-13, and just as the Pioneers cut the deficit, all of a sudden the Doubledays have got the lead back. 18-13 here with a man on second and a man on first.
Yeah, good swing there from Smith. Just shoots it into right field. Got a pitch that came in on the hands. Did a fantastic job to make contact with it. Sends it into the opposite field for the 2-run knock.
Titus Hutchins now steps up to the plate. Still bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Watts trying to get the final out here of the 7th inning. The throw comes in. That one goes for a strike. That pitch that was ruled ball 4 just threw off the momentum completely of Sam Watts. As that one's hit hard, it heads towards left field. It drops in front of Tubman. The wave comes on. Griggs is going to try and run home, and he does so. Slides on in. It's now 19-13 Auburn lead. What the Pioneers got in the top of the inning is now negated. It's once again back to a 6-run lead.
And again, they were so close to getting out of the jam. 3 straight batters where they thought they had strike 3 wound up being ball 4. And now we're back to where we were before this inning even started. Just a backbreaker for the Pioneers.
Zach Spurgeon now steps up to the plate. He has a single and a double so far in this contest. His last time up, he was in the last inning. He was the last batter. He flew out to right field. That one, low, ball 1. A tough performance defensively so far with the Pioneers in terms of maintaining what was a close deficit. Watts looks back. He delivers. That one's well outside. Dubeck does a great job grabbing that one. Zach Spurgeon keeps his eye on the ball and holds back.
Yeah, great job there by Dubeck to wind up knocking that one down. If that gets past, then we're going to be looking at 2 runners in scoring position where a base knock would more than likely bring them both home.
Spur gets ready. The wind is blowing outward right now and back over towards right field. The throw, that one's there for a strike. First strike of the at-bat.
Huge first strike there for Watts. And while the deficit definitely has grown back to where it was, still just got to focus on getting the out here with Spurgeon.
Looks down towards Dubeck. 1 out needed to get out of the 7th. Looks back. Looks forward. The delivery is coming right in now. That one gets corner, strike 2 on Spurgeon. That was a very nice pitch there on the corner. That's what I think Watts thought he had earlier, but was not called a strike. Was ruled ball 4. 2-2 count coming now for Zach Spurgeon. The righty-righty matchup. The delivery from Watts. That one is hit on the ground. It heads towards Aylward. Aylward stretches out. The ball rolls out of his glove, so the throw over as the throw goes off target. 1 run will score. Holding up there, Aylward's throw. The slide comes there by Zach Spurgeon. The ball goes wide. It is now 20-13 here from Falcon Park.
And I'm quite confused by the decision from Aylward to try and get that one over to Watts at first base. It looked like a perfect throw, and it would have been a reach for Spurgeon. However, he tries to make the hero play, and it winds up costing the Pioneers another run, and both runners get to advance, 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs.
2 outs as Dubeck talks to his pitcher. Man on 2nd, man on 3rd. The lead has now grown for the Doubledays. Bottom 7, we are now back to where it all started here with Jaden Madrid. Seems like a while ago we were discussing about a foul tip into the mitt that Madrid stole second base on. As here comes the pitch. That one is down low for a ball. 1-0 count for Madrid. Seven-run lead for Auburn. 20-13. That one's hit hard. It heads over to third base. Alex Davis grabs it. He throws it over to Aylward. Aylward reaches and grabs that one. So limited to just 7 as the Pioneers scored in the top of the inning to cut it down to a 1-run lead, but Auburn brings it back to 7. It's 20-13 as we head to the top of the 8th. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin. Jaden Morrell returns to the mound as it's 2013 Auburn lead here in the top of the 8th inning as Jack Aylward will step up to play this one. And for the Pioneers, the bottom half was just not what they needed to try and mount this comeback, as they will try to work here with the first baseman up at bat. Morrell delivers. That one is going to be outside for ball number 1.
Yeah, and all game it's been just as the Pioneers are about to find their way back into tying this game, they get into the field and they just can't quite seem to keep the Doubledays off the board.
Ball 2 there comes in. Aylward gets ready for this one as Morrell delivers, and that one hits Aylward in the back. He'll head over to first base. So the first base runner gets on for the Pioneers here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, 80 miles an hour, and that one looked like it was square between the shoulder blades. Definitely going to be feeling that one tomorrow if you're Aylward.
So now Brandon Duback is up to the plate. He's the catcher for the day, and he looks to get things moving. He's had back-to-back times where he's hit doubles, looks to try and make it 3 in a row as that one's high, ball 1.
Strong take there from Duback, and if you're the Pioneers, again, you just got to try and get runners on. You got to create traffic. You got to try and get a couple runs across. You're running out of outs here to score 7 runs, however.
We have passed the 3-hour mark of this contest as that one is outside for ball 2. Brandon Duback gets up to the plate. He's looking to try and cut this deficit after a big inning by the Doubledays. It's a 3-0 count now coming for Duback.
And as much as the swing would be enticing here, this one to me feels like a take all the way. If you wind up taking it for ball 4, you have first and second with nobody out. Worst case scenario, your hitter's in a fantastic hitter's count.
Looks back. Delivery on the 3-0. That one's going to be ball 4. Duback gets on a walk, and now it's a man on first, man on second here in the top half of the 8th.
Yeah, an interesting contest. Both teams just able to create a lot of traffic so far in this one. However, it looks like those 3 zeros might be on the scoreboard, might be a little too much for the Pioneers to overcome.
As up to bat now comes Michael Gardner. He hit a single that scored 4 runs in the early aspect of this game that gave the Pioneers their first lead. That was a single that then had an error and allowed him to go around the base path, but now that one looks like a distant memory as it's a 1-0 count coming for Gardner. That one in there for a strike.
And that was a take all the way. Have to imagine the Pioneers were taking till they saw a strike. Obviously, a hit by pitch and then a walk to start the inning. You are waiting until that pitcher proves they can put something over the plate.
Michael Gardner now with Jack Aylward on second and Duback on first. That one is fouled back. It's now a 1-2 count.
And Gardner just a little bit behind on the fastball there. Came in at 82 miles an hour. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets another one here just a little bit more up in the zone. Try and get that swing and miss.
So look down there by Morel. The kick in delivery, that one is not going to be for a strike. It's going to be for a ball. It's a 2-2.
Really good pitch there. Just barely missing the zone. Not at all a bad pitch, however, from Morel.
Morel looks back over towards second base where Jack Aylward currently stands. That one's in there for strike number 3. It's a backwards K going against the second strikeout for Morel. As Caleb Delaney will now step up to the plate to take this one further. And the righty-lefty matchup now comes up. Delaney, last time he was up, he walked. He's had a single and double so far in this one. Had a tough job in right field today, as that one goes there for a strike.
And if you look, the third baseman kind of is playing on the cut of the grass. He's backed up a couple steps, but he's protecting just in case Delaney wanted to put one down.
I always wonder what to call it on turf fields. Do you call it the infield green, or do you call it the infield grass? Do you remain with that one?
I was very tempted to just say where the turf gets painted a different color.
Fair enough. As getting ready for this one, Morel throws. That one's outside for a ball. There.
Hitter's count here for Delaney. If he sees something he likes, he could definitely try and find a gap. He's definitely already shown that he can do that today.
2-1 count. Delaney is trying to cut this one back to a closer game as that one's high, ball 3.
A 3-1 count with Esley looming on deck. He has reached a lot today, and a lot of them have come from drawing his walks.
3-1 count. Morel looks back towards Aylward. The throw comes in. That one's hit hard by Delaney, but foul. Hits off the roof and rolls down the netting and grabbed by the bat boy right there. Full count now for Caleb Delaney. 1 out here, top half of the 8th. Pioneers down by 7. It's 20-13 here from Auburn, New York. That one's hit foul again. As the fans keep their excitement up here, as now it remains full.
I mean, a lot to be excited about from this game. 33 runs across, and we still got more than an inning to play.
That one's outside, ball 4. Delaney gets on a walk, and Manny Esley will get ready to come up. It does not look as though Coach Eaton will come out to discuss with his pitcher. So, bases now juice for Manny Esley, who, like we said before, has walked 3 times in this contest. And he's getting ready to get things moving. If he can walk here, that will put a run on the board for the Pioneers and keep things alive. The delivery comes in here. That one is high towards the eyeballs of Manny Esley. It's ball 1.
Speaking of those eyes, they've been fantastic today. As you mentioned, 3 walks already, looking to draw number 4.
Delivery comes in. That one's high, and it's well past Grace. Grace has done such a good job today at the catcher position to stop things, but that will not be the case there. Jack Aylward slides on home, and that's a run for the Pioneers. It's 20-14 now.
And the Pioneers still finding ways to just get runners across the plate. They trail by 6 now. However, 2 runners still in scoring position. They are far from being out of this one.
Brandon Duback now moves over to third base as Caleb Delaney's at second. Manny Esley now sits in a 2-0 count. As Morel throws that one behind Manny Esley. He steps out in case Duback wants to go. Duback runs back towards third base. 3-0 count now. Esley was lucky that one didn't hit his bat, because that was very close to doing so, but 3-0 count now.
And some great base running there from Brandon Duback. He broke for the plate initially. However, once he saw the bounce off the backstop, it made the wide choice to step back.
Morel. Square bunt. That one is well past. Morel just loses his grip of that one. Esley pulls back. It's another walk for Esley, his 4th walk of the day.
And Esley was doing that thing that he was doing earlier, pretending to put the bunt down, Also saw him toying with a bit of a high kick there. Took a very high step before putting the bunt down. Have to imagine he was playing some mind games there.
And Esley wins the game there as now Tyler Adamo comes up. It's the top of the order. 2014 Auburn lead as that one is down low, ball one. Morrell having a little bit of a problem finding the strike zone right now, as the bases are currently juiced. Brandon Dubeck sits on third. Caleb Delaney's on second. That pitch goes for a strike. Manny Esley's on first.
Good pitch there to find strike one on Adamo. Now he's going to have him looking to try and swing at the pitch here, wherever it might be.
1-1 count. Adamo swings on that one. It goes high into the air, though. It's going to be an infield fly rule against Tyler Adamo, and that's the out. So 2 outs now. Brett Baker comes up. He's a guy who hit into the infield fly earlier today. Now, if he can get one to the outfield, he can cut this deficit as it's currently sitting at 6. Bases currently loaded. Brandon Dubeck on third. Caleb Delaney on second. Manny Esley on first. Pitch inside, ball one.
And for Baker, have to imagine he's going to be looking to try and work an at-bat here. Last time up, he popped out on the first pitch and was very upset with himself by trying to work an at-bat here.
Morrell's delivery. Hit hard by Brett Baker, but it looks like it's heading right towards left field. Coach Drum gives his throws, and it's going to be caught there by the shortstop and Chase Massey. That's the third out. Pioneers score 1, but it's still a 20-14 lead here in Auburn as the Doubledays get ready to come up to bat. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. New arm coming from the arm barn. It's Hugh Syhowski stepping up now to take things forward in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pioneers are down to just 3 outs to work with, but they have to do so when they return to the top. It's 20-14 Auburn leads here with Hugh Syhowski on the mound. He enters into the day as his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 2 innings, but the difficulty has been those runs that have crossed by. He's currently on the season, has 8 earned runs against him. As up to bat now comes the new batter. It's going to be Chase Massey taking the first pitch there.
And for Syhowski, he's going to have to work on finding the strike zone here. The last thing you want to do is give up those 4 runs and wind up having your team lose via the mercy rule. Just try and get them their at-bats in the 9th inning.
Throw that one outside for a ball. Hugh Syhowski stepping in relief of so many arms so far today. It's started with Lucas Hale, then moved to Lucas Rylander. Tobias Waldrich came in, then it was Sam Watts, and now it's Syhowski. That one is past Dubek.
Yeah, Coach Drum has been quite busy. He's definitely getting his steps in today, making all those visits from the dugout to the mound.
As here comes for the batter. Getting ready here. Syhowski. Getting ready. He sets up. The throw. That one's hit hard by Massey. It heads over towards left field. Tubman's not going to be able to get that one. It bounces off the wall and left. Moving over towards second base, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Chase Massey. His second double of the day here is the leadoff double.
And the line just keeps on moving. This top of the order has been exceptional today for the Doubledays.
Nacho Gonzalez, his last time up, he was hitting the back. So he got on base there as they just exchange out the gear there from second base. So now Syhowski has to work with a man in scoring position, as right now Gardner shades over as if he would be the man for the pickoff attempt. Righty-lefty matchup coming here. Gonzalez, the batter. The throw, that one's hit foul. Gonzalez has a single on the day. Outside of that, he's only gotten on walks and a hit by pitch. That was 3 times together. So 4 times on through 6 plate appearances.
The on-base percentage is going to love that one, to say the absolute least.
Absolutely. As if you look technically, he's 1 for 2 right now. The throw, that one's high, hits right off the top of the glove of Dubek, and moving over to third base there will be Massey.
And I'm sure Dubek wants that back. He's been a great catcher blocking pitches that have been a little bit out of the zone. That's one that he definitely should have been able to squeeze, just unable to do so.
Hugh Syhowski now looking to continue to work. It's going to be a count of 20 here for Gonzalez as the pitch there outside. 2-0 for Gonzalez. And Hugh Syhowski looking to try and work here. Get the 3 outs, let his team come up in the top of the 9th. The throw, that one's hit high and in foul territory. No chance for Davis to grab that one, as Wynn took away with that one.
Wynn might have knocked that one back a little bit, just still not quite able to come back into the field of play.
2-1 count now. Syhowski trying to get out Gonzalez as the right-hander continues to try and deal on the mound, looking for his first out of his outing. That one in there for strike 3. Correction on that one. That foul was the second strike. That's the 3rd strike of the at-bat for the punch-out.
Beautiful curveball there from Syhowski. Drops it right in there. Nothing you can do if you're Gonzalez but watch it go by you.
As Teddy Monahan now steps up for the Doubledays to bring things forward. That's the first out of the bottom half of the 8th. Teddy Monahan, I feel like I continue to mention how great of a day he has been having, but he just keeps coming up to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly his last time. That's probably the most normal factor of this entire day for him.
Yeah, been a night to remember, to say the absolute of absolute least for Teddy Monahan today.
Grand slam, leadoff triple, flying catch in the outfield. That pitch outside. 2-0 count now. We approach closer to 10 o'clock. Syhowski, the 5th pitcher of the day for the Pioneers. 4th out of the pen. As he gets set in his position. He throws this one, that one, clips corner for a strike.
Good pitch there from Sychowski, working on the outer part of the zone against Monahan. The last thing you want to do is give him a pitch that he can take advantage of on the inner part of the plate. He's already been taking advantage of you on the mound today, so just trying to do whatever you can to get your strikes without them being bad pitches.
2-1 coming in for Monahan. The throw from Sychowski. Thought he got corner. He did not get the call. 3-1 now.
Tried to work outside again, just wound up missing with that one by a little bit. So now a great chance for Monahan to try and cash in the 3-1 count.
On deck, Braden Mickelson, excuse me. And it's 3-1. Coming in, 1 out. Sychowski shakes off one call. He throws the second one. That one is hit over towards Davis. Davis grabs it. He throws it over to first in time for the out. It's a sacrifice hit there by Monahan. It scores a run. It's now 21-14, Auburn lead.
Bit of a football score going on here.
A couple of touchdowns right now for both sides.
And all the PAT attempts have been good.
Fair enough. As coming up now, it's going to be actually a pinch hitter coming in for the Doubledays to try and take this one through. As that one is going to be there. Excuse me. Michelson was a pinch hitter earlier in the day, so he continues to go through this one. As things continue to move here, we'll continue to keep you updated around the game as the pitch comes there. That one's hit high into the outfield. Going for that one is Delaney. Can he catch it? He cannot. The ball dribbles through. It's going to be 2, if not 3. The reels keep moving for Michelson. He's getting the go sign. He's going to try and make it all the way home, but he gets held up there. A good throw. Michelson may have been able to get home if he did attempt to go.
Yeah, I think that was the right choice to hold him there at third base. Also, no need to risk getting into any outs when you're already up by 7. A good effort there by Caleb Delaney. However, it looked like he was just a little bit behind on that one. Made the effort with the dive, and he did a good job to track that one down and hold it to a triple. Around the West Division here today, the Niagara Falls Americans, they defeat Jamestown in Jamestown. It's 9-8 final score. Batavia and Olean, their doubleheader got postponed due to the wind and rain. Niagara Ironbacks currently lead 7-0 over the Geneva Red Wings, top of the 9th. As that one's outside. Yeah, I feel like the upstate New York weather was due to postpone one of these games. It's interesting because for Batavia, that game against Olean was already a postponement game. So now they're going to have to play 3 games in total, 2 makeup games against Olean as that one goes for a strike. Hey, who doesn't like a good old triple header? There you go, and who knows, that might happen for the Pioneers. They had that postponement of the game against the doubleheader against Jamestown, so it could even be a quad header coming for them as that one's low for ball. Good luck to any pitcher on a day like that. Oh, it'll be an absolutely extraordinary game. For doubleheaders in the PGCBL, it is only 7 innings, so not necessarily going to be too strenuous of a full 9-inning game, but still, if there's 4 games in a day, the Stomps still come in. Sychowski's throw, that one's hit hard into the outfield. Looking for that one is Delaney. It goes past his head, and it's going to bounce, and it's going to be an automatic double. Coming in there for Colin Haug. And the hard contact continues for the Doubledays. That's now twice that they've hit the ball exceptionally well into right field, and Delaney just not quite able to get to them both. And now the potential winning run is at the plate. It is 22-14. After the 7th inning, it's a 10-run rule that could come into factor, and that's what Jonathan Griggs is looking to do so here. Sychowski returns back onto the mound to take this one further as Dubek gets set there. Sychowski looks back towards second base as Damo shows and goes back to throw. That one high, ball 1. High pitch there as things continue here for the sides.
Getting ready to go. Sajowski looks back. He steps off, the throw comes over. Good step off by Sajowski, but not in time.
Yeah, and that's just kind of reminding the runner on second base that he still has an eye on him. It might be an 8-run game, but he's not going to allow him to get as big a lead as he might want to here.
So for those at home, the Niagara Ironbacks have defeated the Geneva Red Wings. See how that plays in. As that one goes past Duback. It goes between the wickets, and now all of a sudden it's a man on third base.
Yeah, been a rough inning behind the plate for Brandon Duback. Although it's definitely been a long one behind the plate on the day. Nearly a 3.5-hour game time, and he's caught every time the Pioneers have been in the field.
It's especially difficult when there's so many pitchers that you have to look out after.
Yeah, so many different sign sequences you have to go over. So many different things you have to remember with each pitcher. And sometimes little things like that just happen to slip through the cracks.
Sajowski gets ready to deliver, and he does so. That one outside for a ball. 3-0 count now coming in against Jonathan Griggs, who represents the walk-off run if he could get away around in this inning. Crowd continues to go. 3-0 count. Sajowski's delivery. That one's outside, ball 4. 2 men on now. 1 on third, 1 on first. There's 2 outs here, and it's becoming very difficult now as Ethan Smith will step up for this one. He had a single his last time up.
Yeah, and for Smith, just going to be trying to look to keep the line moving. Been saying that a lot today, but there's been a lot of runs scored today. 36 up to this point in the contest. Both sides been keeping the line moving. Smith's going to look to do so here in the bottom of the 8th.
Feels like when you and I are playing some counting games and all of a sudden we get up towards those high numbers. That one goes for a strike. 0-1 count coming here for Ethan Smith. 22-14, Auburn leads. Man on third, man on first. Sajowski trying to get out of this inning. He delivers. That one is swung hard. It heads over towards Davis. It gets past Davis. It's going to be 23-14. Griggs holds up at second base. RBI single by Ethan Smith, and Titus Hutchins now steps up to the plate.
And Hutchins, all he has to do is get a base knock here, and that could potentially be the dagger via the mercy rule. Should the runner on second base come across to score, no top of the 9th inning, that's just the game.
The fans in the crowd chanting one more run. They want to see it. Sajowski needs one more out to get out of this one, and that's where Brandon Duback's going to walk up to his catcher, or to his pitcher, the catcher to the pitcher. Good job by Duback to go up there and potentially negate some of the sound that's coming in as we hit the 10 o'clock hour here in Auburn, New York. To get things moving, and it is 23-14. If you asked me entering into today what I thought the score would be, I expected it to be something like we saw on Tuesday, where it was both in the single digits. Maybe one side pulls ahead a little bit more than the other. I would not have expected 23-14.
Yeah, I think it's also especially difficult to try and anticipate more than 30 runs being scored. We're now up to 37 on the game.
This, of course, the most runs scored by the Elmira Pioneers in a single game. And I'll let you know in a second if it is for the Doubledays. It most certainly is coming close if it is not already.
I think it's just so difficult to score this many because once you get to this point beyond the 7th inning, that's where you're looking at the mercy rule. So the other team has to be keeping pace with you in the scoring column.
That one's a ball. So, yes, this is the most that it's been scored by the Doubledays all season. This is the first time they've hit the 20-digit mark, and they've so far have hit 23.
Certainly an interesting bid for the highest scoring PGCVL game of the season.
It absolutely is. Jamestown scored 20 the other day, but they did not score 23. The throw comes from Sajowski. The swing and miss there for the strike. Coming by Titus Hutchins. Man on second, man on first for this one. As The crowd still very into this contest. And get things moving. Sajowski kicks and deals. That one's high. There. High pitch from Sajowski. Hutchins now 3 balls on him. If he gets a walk here, it's going to be a tough situation for Sajowski. The throw. That one is fouled back. Count now full. Sajowski is 1 strike away from getting out of this one and sending it to the top of the 9th.
And the runners will be in motion with the pitch here. Going to be interesting to see it. A base hit should score the runner on second regardless. However, with the runners in motion, a soft hit ground ball, and you're going to have to go to first base with it.
Sajowski gets prepared. He's set. He breathes, he kicks, he deals that one. They rule too high. He thought it dropped into the zone. It apparently did not do so. The bases are now completely juiced on the walk.
Yeah, now nowhere to go with the runner here. This will be the last batter of the bottom of the inning regardless.
Man up now. Zach Sperger. He had a walk, hit his last time. It was a single. Sajowski trying to evade the run rule. The throw, that one. In there, first strike, first pitch strike. Good way to start things off for Sajowski.
Yeah, big first pitch there. The last thing you want to do is fall behind into the 1-0 count because that forces you to have to work from behind.
0-1 count. 23-14 Auburn lead. 0-1. Bases loaded. The throw, that one, high, ball 1. Auburn is 90 feet away from walking this one off on a run rule if they are able to do so. Right now, though, for the Pioneers, Hugh Sajowski is looking to keep things moving. Sajowski steps and delivers. That one, swing on a miss. Sajowski is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, Sajowski, a huge pitch coming up here. Just got to get this one over the plate. All you got to do is get the strike here or get the out anyway, any means.
The shaking of the camera coming from just the energy inside the building here. Sajowski, his throw. That one fouled, heading towards the dugout territory. It's going to be too far away for Aylward. 1-2 still remains the count as we keep things moving. Hugh Sajowski came in relief of Sam Watts. He started this inning off, Sajowski did. Watts just went in for the final out of the last one. The throw from Sajowski. That one high, up towards the chin. 2-2 count coming for Sperger.
And he doesn't have to throw a strike here if he doesn't have to, if he wants to try and get the swing and miss here. Still has 1 ball to work with, however, he should be going for the strike.
Sajowski trying to get the punch out. Get out of this one. Brings team up in the 9th with an opportunity. That one runs inside, very close to hitting Sperger. It's now a full count.
As soon as Sajowski let go of that pitch, I thought that was destined to hit Sperger in the hip. Somehow broke enough back towards the plate to stay alive.
3-2 count. If this is a ball, it's a walk-off from Auburn. If it's a strike, the Pioneers have an opportunity to come back in the top of the 9th inning. What a storybook time it would be for the Pioneers. Here it comes, the payoff pitch, the delivery from Sajowski. That one is too high. It's going to be a walk-off for Auburn. They walk it off here in Auburn, 24-14. The team comes storming onto the field. The lights go dim. They start playing the music, and the Pioneers drop this one here. A tight situation, but just not what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, all game you had some competitive at-bats. You fell behind early by as many as 8. You did what you could to stay in the game. You got it back to 1, but ultimately at the end of the day, it just wasn't quite enough.
So we'll look at the standings real quick here in the West Division. As I mentioned, Batavia and Olean, they ended up postponing their 2 games here today at Olean. Elmira falls to 6-5. Auburn jumps to 8-3. We'll see how it goes in terms of win percentage because Jamestown dropped that game to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls now moves to 6-7 on the season. Niagara, they're 4-8. Geneva drops to 1-10, and Newark had the day off here today. So the Pioneers now, they've still got some room that they have to move. They will most likely fall behind Olean now after that loss. But let's take a look at the upcoming games here for the Pioneers. It's going to be Saturday, and I mentioned Olean. This is going to be another important game. Olean goes into Dunfield to take on the Pioneers. It's Kennedy Valve night and guaranteed win night, so make sure you come in for that one. Sunday, it's a doubleheader against the Niagara Ironbacks. Free post-game catch for that one as well. Tuesday, it's Geneva Red Wings with a Chemung Canal Trust night. For ticket information, call 607-734-2690. From Auburn, New York, in Falcon Park for the Elmira Pioneers. We'd like to give a special thank you to Robbie Nichols, Miss Nellie Nichols, as well as our general managers, Mark and Tabitha Witt, and our assistant general manager, Jacob Rose. Alongside Evan Baird, I'm Anthony Labonte saying so long. We'll see you on Saturday for that game against Olean.